All right. Everyone, this is episode 4.
4? I thought it was 3.
No, 4. Last time was 3.
It's 3 for me.
3 for you,
That's
4
all right.
for everyone else.
Yep.
3.7. We are in episode 4 of Roll for Severity, our homebrew D&D campaign. We play every second Sunday here at twitch.tv/rollforseverity at 5 p.m. PST, or 6 p.m. our time, but I found that a lot more people were like, what's that in PST? I was like, fine, I'll do everything in PST. Okay. If you want to catch up on previous episodes or have just missed an episode, subscribers do have access to our VODs, which are available immediately after the session is aired. Or if you're a subscriber on YouTube under Roll for Severity, you can find all of our previous episodes there. I am Ominous Giggle. I am the DM for this campaign, and I am joined by my amazing players. We've got Not Nathan, Mel, Jamie, and Zelkanea will be here, but buses in Edmonton suck, so...
Yeah, they do. It's also rainy.
Yeah, that's definitely not contributing to buses getting anywhere on time.
And it's Thanksgiving weekend here in Canada, because...
It is, and...
We're monsters who celebrate...
Pumpkin pie.
Yeah, some of us have pumpkin pie that has so much cinnamon in it.
Except for the blacksmith heathen who doesn't like it. I'm putting in
To be
Nathan.
fair, Nathan
There.
hates
No,
everything good. Like chocolate.
Oh, moo. Yeah, that's fair.
No, away from him. You don't like chocolate. Get the fuck away from me.
Let's it be contagious and spread out to the rest.
Excuse me while I just rub my dislike of chocolate.
That's okay, I'll rub a slug on you later.
Slug on you. Yeah.
He is only at 14 health right now.
I am.
But before we get underway, there's a few quick things to go over. One, this is a homebrew D&D campaign. We have variant rules, adjustments, and we do not follow the rules necessarily as written. That's just how we play the game. We just do it to have fun.
Yeah.
We don't take this nearly as seriously as we probably should. But then again, at the same time, I think we take it about as seriously as we want to.
Serious? What's that? Is that some spice? Do you eat it? Is it a constellation? It's a
What
constellation.
does that taste like?
It's a Harry Potter character.
It's a Harry Potter character. What the hell is serious? Oh, wait. Don't you mean the radio thing?
Additionally, each month we donate a portion of all income generated by Roll for Severity to a charity. This includes things from direct donations, bits, subscriptions, and sales from the Roll for Severity store. This month's charity is the BC Children's Hospital Foundation, a foundation out in British Columbia supporting their children's hospital, and they're doing researching for ways to transform and improve healthcare for the children. If it wasn't for this foundation, we would not have our fantastic Not Nathan. So we're definitely grateful that that foundation exists and would like it to continue existing. You can check out their website at bcchf.ca or at Twitter at bcchf3. The Roll for Severity store is up on tpublic.com/users/roll-for-severity, or you can click the link that we have down below the stream. We have art for our players, the group shot, and we'll be adding more to that as the campaign progresses and more shenanigans spring forth. And speaking of the character art, if you like the artwork done for our cast of characters, check out Comics Inc. on our Facebook or on Twitter at Comics Inc. And that's Inc. as I-N-K, not Inc. as Incorporated. Now, without further ado, let's roll the character intros, providing a little bit of insight as to who is who, after which we will get underway with session 4. Also, Severity has arrived!
Yay! Huh? What? Yes, Beanard, I'm doing it now. Yes, I know. I'll tell them. Hi, I'm Annah, and I'm super pleased to meet you. And so is Beanard. We love making new friends. Please, tell us more about yourself. Oh, wait. I'm supposed to be talking about me. I was raised by my parents, along with my brother, in the Antarac Mountains. My mom worked as a pest control caravan guard, and my dad was a sweet as honey beekeeper. Match made in heaven, am I right? It was from my dad that I got my love of nature and an affinity for all things small and crawly and buzzy and stingy and poisonous. He taught me how to harness my innate magical bug abilities. Let's see, what did I get from my mom? Oh, I know. And from my mom, I got a pointy knife once. I learned the hard way which end is the sharp one. And that's why I carry a staff now. No confusion. Shh, yes, Beanard, I'm getting to that. Now, I want to tell you about how I met my best friend in the whole wide world, Beanard. Years ago, my dad had tried to make a hardier breed of honeybee with a longer lifespan by mixing their makeup with a dire wasp. The queen died, but not before giving birth to one special batch. I watched over her eggs for days, patiently awaiting for my new friends to grow. Then one day, there was movement in the egg cell from just one egg. The determined larva wriggled and sprang forth, but it wasn't a larva at all. It was a fat, fuzzy bee with a hell of a business end that would have made my mom proud. And then that bee used it, over and over, stabbing all of its brethren's eggs until only it remained. And then it flew on top of my head and stayed there for 4 days straight. I had just become his best friend and confidant. He loved me so much. Dad says he held me hostage, but I know better. Isn't that right, Beanard? Some people might brush me off because they think I'm small, weak, or weird. That's fine by me. Go ahead. Underestimate the Verdan with a song in her heart and spiders in her pockets. I know firsthand that sometimes it's the small things in life that pack a punch.
At first glance, one might not expect much from me. Dark robes and a deep hood hiding my pale hair and elven features. Once a member of the Sormesh Academy, I, Theioryn, along with my friend Kovar, spent much of our days living the academic life under the tutelage of Master Lorig. Our purpose was to study the Cataclysm and to identify dangers of the magics brought with it. We were young and curious, many times Morg having to reel in our determination to keep us from harming ourselves. I did my best to heed her warnings. Kovar, however, always laughed and brushed them off. Those days were peaceful, but then everything changed. It was supposed to be like any other expedition to the Deshkish forest. Gather samples, take readings, and return to evaluate the data. This time, however, disaster found us. Kovar, being brazen once again, came into contact with Amos, the White Lion. An entity of unknown origin, the being merged with Kovar, and he immediately fell to its influence. Emanating with strength, their joined gaze turned upon our group. I watched helplessly as my master and colleagues were slain. Kovar's new powers granted by the lion were terrifying. The reality of this nightmare truly settled in when they turned their attention towards me, sending me into the river below. As I drifted to the water, wounded and dying, my hatred began to burn at what Kovar had done and my own inability to stop it. Why had he not heeded our master's warning? Had it used him? Or was this Kovar all along? Slowly these thoughts quieted, and the fear of my coming death began to rise. And then Riem intervened. Appearing as a black unicorn burning in chains, she pulled me into her domain. She offered to join her power with mine, and spare me of my dismal fate. The only thing she asked was for to hunt down and destroy the white lion Amos. I thought of my master's face as she died at the hands of her own student. Her teachings and warnings filtered through my brain, but my hatred had begun to burn again. When given the chance, how could I refuse?
Greetings, the name is Zugink. Do not worry about hiding your confusion. I have become quite accustomed to the inquiry of how a bugbear is so finely dressed and mannered. I deeply regret that I can not start from the beginning, as I cannot recall most of my childhood. I do know that fate led me to Ithamir. My initial impressions of the city were adequate for my conditions at the time. My atrocious manners definitively devastated any connections I attempted. I was able to acquire odd jobs around town. Strength is always needed somewhere. During one of these jobs, Captain Darmir happened to see one of my displays of strength and approached me about joining the city guard. In retrospect, I did not realize the opportunity for what it was. I merely accepted it as just another job. Though my fellow guards and Captain Darmir's superiors were hesitant to accept my presence, my strength and loyalty earned me respect. Captain Darmir made sure I quickly became well acquainted with proper manners, as I was working with noble merchants on the docks. After many years, my squadron became my family, and I was accepted fully in their minds and hearts. Fate had been kind to me for quite some time, but fate can be a fickle thing. My shift had barely begun when chaos broke out on the docks. I still do not know what started it. We quickly tried to bring order. However, we were not prepared to deal with a sorcerer who could not control their magic. We had seen wild magic before, but I cannot find the courage to go into detail. My legs were broken. One of my trusted friends pulled me away from the chaos. His last words were, "Everything will be okay. You're not allowed to die on us," before he ran back into the fray. I was the only member of my squadron to make it out alive. It took some time for my wounds to recover, though after that day I could not bear to stay on the docks where my family died. I wrote up an official resignation, which my superiors were saddened to receive, but allowed my leave regardless. Now I journey to find a new purpose, and if fate wills it, a new family.
Once upon a time, there was a little boy. One day, this little boy lost his family and was saved by some Fae folk. He spent his childhood in the Fae, becoming familiar with all the creatures within. Unfortunately, humans aren't supposed to stay in the Fae for a long time, because reasons. When that boy became a much bigger boy, he was forced to return to his world. His Fae home behind him, he searches for a place he belongs. By the way, that boy is me. Hi, I'm Kay, the Fae boy. Go up today.
Apparently not Nathan's been making our one counter go up. I don't remember what we were at last time. There was way too many ones, but we're going to see how well this goes.
If we hit 20, do we win the prize?
No.
Why
The
not?
prize is probably a TP can at that point, depending on what you're doing when you roll those ones.
we should have, like, balloons and streamers.
They're just a bunch of one balloons.
Yeah, just a bunch of one balloons. You get the one cupcake. You get the cupcake with the one on it. Also, the song "You've Got the Touch" from Transformers plays.
Actually, that being said, we do have emotes for 1s and 20s
I'm glad.
in our roll for severity.
I just want someone to sing "You've Got the Touch." You've got the power. Yeah.
That's all I
Alrighty.
want.
And that is the wrong window. There we go. So, last time, having taken up a request to deal with some abnormally aggressive wolves, and in their search for more information on corrupted animals after having dealt with the bears, the party saved the gnome alchemist, Danik Kosh. Danik, leaving the wolves to only be the beginning of the problem, basically urged the party to venture into the forest and search to see if they could find the source. Stumbling across an old ruin, a temple to Neuralis, the minor elven god of suffering, healing, and death.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And dealing with a pair of heavily corrupted panthers, the group rested for the night before descending into the halls beneath the main chamber, untouched seemingly for centuries. After a brief bit of exploring, they found tiles required to open up a sealed door. As they pushed the door open, a heavy miasma flooded out, washing over Kay, whose hand immediately began to start protruding dark violet spines, the most prominent sign that they've seen so far of the corruption they've been dealing with. Within the chamber was a large stone coffer, the cover of which had been broken. Within the coffer was a large violet orb, torrents of black arcane energy thrashing about within it. Carefully, the group retrieved the orb, being sure not to touch it, and then ventured back toward Danik's.
Oh yeah, that's
I did
right.
it.
I started cutting the things out of your
Yeah,
arm.
you're shaving them off his arm.
I was like, and I was not kind about it either. It was like,
The first time you were kind about it.
the second part.
Second time you weren't kind about it.
I was disturbed by the not porcupine that we one-shotted.
Yeah, that was a rat, not a porcupine. That was a lot of spines.
That's not a porcupine. That's a rat.
So, after retrieving the orb, they ventured back towards Danik's, arriving as evening was starting to settle in, and that is where we are picking up today's session. So, as you were prattling on the door trying to get his attention, you hear the pattering of the feet hustling up to the door, and the door swings open. You see Danik looking up at you. "Oi, you've returned. What much more earlier than I thought you would. Is everything okay? Did something happen? Did
Well-
someone die? Please don't tell me no one died. That would be a terrible turn of events. Your group was so nice, especially the purple one. Such a chipper lass. Are you okay? And he's like looking up, you just like bright-eyed.
Have you had more than 1 cup of coffee yet? Just.
And he looks back, and you can see on the table there's like 4 or 5 just like cups sitting on the table.
Oh, good. I step aside so that he can get a full view of Kay and his glorious fucking arm.
He rushes on over and he like reaches up and grabs your hand, kind of pulling you down
Yeah.
so you can get a closer look at it. Because keep in mind the Danik's like 3-ish feet tall, so he kind of like jumps up, grabs your hand, just pulls you down.
As he's doing that, I walk inside. I started like inspecting, like smelling the coffee just to see how strong it is. If it's got vodka or anything in it, or cocaine.
As he's grabbing your hand, he's like, "Oh my dear word boy, what happened? How did it spread to you? Were you bit? Did you eat one? Oh, this is most interesting. Also, moderately concerning. Very concerning. Moderately unexpected. People, not surprising. No, but still concerning. How did it happen?" And he's
He
like,
opened the door!
Well, I opened a door, but more importantly, turned to the bag that has, or the makeshift bag we made out of a blanket. Holding the door behind us.
Who is holding that right? Am I holding that right now?
It was a combination of me and you, I believe.
Yeah, you both have the end of the rope.
Okay.
Yes.
And then the bag is kind of like tied in the middle of
Because
it.
so neither of us were touching it. Yeah. The bag that I don't. Yeah, it's in there.
As now that you're like taking that time to like look back and like look at the bag, kind of focusing on it, you're noting that parts of the blanket have actually started to look as though they're starting to decay a bit.
Nope.
I come back out to the door. I was like, yeah, that's a problem. You don't happen to have anything metal? Like a pot? Or a pressure cooker? Please tell me you have a pressure cooker.
Maybe something made of like a very salt. Yeah, lead.
Something
lead
with a
sounds
lock.
good.
And he goes scurrying past you into the house, just kind of like leaving you like standing there, just like. Okay. But you hear the thunk as the door to his cellar just kind of gets flung open inside the house, and after like you hear some clanging of things falling over, and he comes rushing back out. And he's got a fairly thick like cast iron pot, and he runs up and he kind of like holds it underneath, big enough, and clunks it down, and it's like this. I don't have a lid for it, but something.
It's better than nothing.
It's better than the blanket.
It's better than the
Which is all
blanket.
apart.
Can we unwrap the rope and then just tie it around the pot and kind of like make a handle or something? Like kind of like cross it under and then cross it under.
Or does the pot have handles on the side?
Yes.
Can we just like not untie anything, plunk it in, take
Put-
the rope
put
that
it
we
in,
were holding,
just
like just
secure
like
it.
weave it through
the
the
handles.
Yeah.
Through the handles.
Yep.
I like that idea. I vote for Mama Bear's plan because it hurt me.
Yeah.
That is fair. Yeah. So you go and you kind of set it down. You stick the rope through the holes and kind of give it a tug, and the pot lifts up as you do. It's you figure you've got it. At least some method of transporting it around.
I hope they let us in to the city with this thing. This will be a weird thing to explain.
Could be worse. You could have killed a pig.
No, I get it.
I get it.
And I look at Kay and go, wait, Kay, did you just walk into the city and go, I killed someone's pig?
No,
I'm pretty sure the farmer found him.
I was cooking it. It was a split roast. It was very efficient.
You offer to share?
Of course, I'm not a madman.
Did you know what? This is a story for a tavern when we're not holding a magical object.
I agree. Can we come in.
Of course. Come.
We should maybe. I don't want to leave it outside. What if somebody just walks by?
Agreed. Or an animal comes
Or
sniffing
an animal
along.
comes sniffing along.
Yeah.
I've kind of had an up to here with what? Yes, Kay.
It's a bad idea to sleep near this thing. Can someone be outside watching the pot? Because,
What are you watching?
it's, my arm's hurting a lot. I don't recommend this.
Why don't I'll stay? Why don't we stay? Because I don't think we should be here for too long.
Why don't we just do night watch?
Oh yeah, that's right. I suppose it's evening.
Someone should take care of the pot. That's just what they do. As also making sure we don't get attacked by wolves or something nonsense.
I suppose, yeah.
Watch sounds good.
I'll sit outside. I don't need to sleep as much as the rest of you.
I'll
so.
go first because, yeah.
Yeah, you should go inside. Anna, I think you should go with him.
Okay.
Zugink and I will.
No, that's
if you're
great.
comfortable, that is. I can stay out here by myself too.
No, I can
I'm pretty good at yelling. Especially since that panther's taught me how to yell. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it makes sense for one of you to stay out, because if you guys are going to get infected, then we'd know, whereas if Kay took first watch and you got more infected, you wouldn't really know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let's see if spikes grow on you.
This sounds like a less good plan.
My other option is burying it, but I don't think we should do that
Yeah,
either.
poison the land.
Yes.
Just buried in the garden. He doesn't care about those plants, right?
As soon as you say that, his eyes just like, please tell me you didn't take that back in the garden.
No,
And he like, rushes over to his garden. He's like checking like leaves, making sure they're fine.
Specifically stated, we're not to go near the herbs because I might need to like stick my arm in a herbal bath to see what happens for science. The science thing here.
Well, obviously, I'm an alchemist.
I'm sorry, I just don't know. This place is weird. We have fences. No one understands what that is.
He doesn't understand what fences are. Yeah, I was going to just say, the rest of us do, Kay. We know what fences are.
Y'all are weird.
Hi, Mummy. So who's coming inside? All right, come on in. He kind of like he'd put his tables like and chairs like back out into the middle of the area, or like he like scoots them away from the wall so that you guys have spots to lay your bunks. And so you two are taking first watch.
Yeah. I'm going to like go and I'm going to find stones and I'm going to like create a little place. I'm going to set the stones down. I'm going to place like a little place for us to put the pot down. So we're not having to like just stand there holding this pot all night.
I think the pot was just sitting on the ground.
Yeah, I just, or we can put it down on the ground or...
Is the gas stuff still seeping out?
It was.
It very slowly, like in the coffer, there was a lot of buildup of it because it had been sitting there for whatever length of time. But like as you've been carrying, like you notice like there's like a slight fog that comes off of it, but it's not very potent. Like picture like dry ice when it's hitting like the last little bits of it coming off.
Yeah. So put it around rocks and then kind of just like curious. I want to look back the way we came. Do we have like a small trail of decay following us?
No.
No.
No, you're not noticing any like distinct like, oh, this is where we walk. It's down this area.
Yeah, I was gonna say some like Princess Mononoke shit where it's like the
Just like this path of
All the worm.
all the worm spawns. Yeah.
No, you're not seeing like this like trail of death behind you.
Suddenly the crazy music from Princess Mononoke starts kicking in. Oh no.
It was full on evening by the time we got there, right?
Yeah, it was getting into evening.
Were there fireflies out that were noticeable?
Odds or evens?
Odds.
There were no fireflies.
Ah! Okay. Never mind.
So you two are both taking first watch? Like how
I
are
can
you
take
how are you
the
doing
first
up
watch.
watches?
I don't need to sleep as long as you do.
Okay.
just hang out, I guess.
Then I'll go to bed.
Okay.
Yep.
Can I see if Danik wants to experiment on my arm to see if we can figure out if we can make these things this worse or better?
Preferably better.
Preferably better, but like I don't know.
Worst case scenario, I give you an axe.
Yeah.
I mean, we wrap it up. I mean, I can remove it if necessary. I don't want to.
Oh god, it's only 4 days in and already we're considering Kay to be an amputee.
No, it's not been 4 days in.
It's been a couple weeks.
It's been 2 weeks since the adventure had begun complete, like, from the very first session.
See, it's fine.
But since Kate, actually, 1, 2, 3. No, yeah, it's been 4 days since they met you.
Yeah, see, it's fine.
It's fine.
4 days in.
4 days and they're amputating Kay. That's fine.
Are your
What could
spikes
possibly
growing?
go wrong?
I hate fences and I lost my
I know.
arm.
I know. That's the question. Have my spikes grown? Because I know they know we stated that they were coming from my bone.
Yeah.
And so, and I know we shaved them off, so they might not be like super apparent at like skin level. But I figure it's like when you shave and you get those first bit of hairs like sticking out that are super aggressive and hard. I'm just expecting that's my entire hand right now, except considerably larger.
Looking at your hand, like you can feel like it is. They do seem to have gotten a little bit longer since you had last had them shaved.
So like it's been like an afternoon.
Well, it's
hardcore 5 o'clock shadow.
Well, by this point, you're looking at like closer to like 9 p.m. So, and you had gone down to the temple and opened the door in the early mornings / afternoons.
Yes, and they've been shaved twice.
Both by noon.
Yeah.
So you've had a good like 10-ish hours to have them grow.
That's still bad. They're growing.
Yeah, they're
But-
growing.
Roll me a roll me a con save.
Not the cursed one.
Roll me a con save.
Straight up, just don't roll that one.
Jamie, all of them are cursed. Oh. You said con? That's
Con.
17?
Okay. So, look, like as you're stopping and taking a little bit better look at it, it doesn't seem to like the barbs seem to be like regrowing, but they haven't spread further.
Okay. So, yes.
As you're like kind of like showing it to Danik, and he goes looking around. He's like, and he's like grabbing like different herbs and all that kind of stuff, and just trying to like you can see on like his table he has some of the quills that he pulled from the wolves, and they've been like broken open and spread out to see if like you can figure out anything. And he's like maybe it's because you have living tissue that it might be a little bit different. But when I was experiencing with these, I couldn't do anything that was causing them to alter it all really. But he grabs a few herbs and he passes them to you. He's like, eat this, and then he grabs one that he made into a bit of a paste, and he kind of smears that on the back of your hand. And the rest of the night, we'll see what this is in the morning.
Okay. This will be fun.
Science! Experimentation is the order of the day. Alrighty. Says, I'll get, Theioryn, I'll get you to give me a perception check for...
13.
13. So as you're sitting there, like are you taking just one watch or 2 watches, or what are you doing?
I'll take one watch,
Okay.
and then once that's done, I'll go in and I'll probably I can probably take 2 watches because I only sleep 4 hours a night. So yeah, I'll take 2.
Together or separate?
Separate.
Okay. So during your first watch, you're sitting there. You're looking around. You're kind of fixating on this pot, and the orb. The orb doesn't completely sit down into the pot either. So you just have this bulge of the blanket just tied up, hanging over the edge of the pot.
Probably just pinging my detect magic like constantly.
Oh yeah,
like a bad headache.
Oh yeah, you can just see like this pulsating glow from it whenever you turn on your detect magic. It's just like,
Oh,
Impressive.
I don't like it. Don't like it.
But over the course of your watch, you don't see any people approaching. You don't see any animals going anywhere near the farm. So your first watch comes and goes. So who are you waking up?
I think I'm gonna go wake up you, Zugink.
Alright, so
I know.
just had a nap. Wake up and just okay.
Luckily for you, it only needs to be about 4 hours. I will go lean against a wall and go into a trance.
So you head outside. The night is fairly clear, so you have a bit of the moonlight overhead, so you're not it's not overly cloudy. You're not having any worry about rain or anything like that right now. But you roll me a perception check.
No.
Is that our first one?
Nope.
No. It's just low.
It's low.
Okay. So you sit there and you kind of just hunker down, just staring at this pot with the blanket inside of it, and eyes just getting a little bit sore. Like, I just had a nap, and just kind of wanting to just curl up and go back to bed. After a while, you figure 2 hours have probably passed by now, and you can get up, and if you want to, go and wake up the next person.
Yeah, before I go in, I'm going to do a quick pace around the house and see if anything's different.
As you're...
Or notable.
nothing odd really jumps out at you as you're taking your stroll around the house. And nothing... there's nothing that's jumping out at you as oh, that's weird.
Alright, I'll go in and wake up Kay.
Oh no!
It's okay, you're awoken by Mama Bugbear.
I don't wanna.
I just kind of wake up has your arm fallen off?
I'm assuming that's a constitution roll.
Your arm is not falling off.
Perfect.
Okay, you can do a watch.
Cool.
Do you have your arm, kid? Yeah, go outside. Keep. Come on.
Okay.
Don't be a baby.
Kay being a groggy baby. It's gonna do laps around the perimeter and the pot just to keep himself awake.
Okay.
Because he's a groggy pain in the ass. But
Fair. Give me a
Maybe.
perception check. 10?
10.
As you're doing your laps around, you're just kind of kind of doesn't snapping back up. It's why'd you have to wake me up?
That sounds perfectly accurate.
My
you
arm
just kind of
hurts.
grumbling to yourself and
Ask the student amputee to go run a marathon.
Potential amputee. Thank you very much.
if you haven't lopped off the limb yet, as you're going around though, your hand is kind of tingly. You're not sure whether it's because of this corruption or whether it's because of the paste that Danik smeared on your hand, but your hand is kind of that pins and needles as your limb is waking up kind of sensation. And it's ah.
But it never goes away.
Yeah, it's persistent.
Well, no one's awake yet, so this sounds like a future me problem.
Wouldn't it be funny if the corruption was in your blood and you're just running, making it spread and pump through your body faster?
Oh yeah!
Way to give the DM ideas.
No, you won't metagame. He's cool.
Is he?
Me? Cool? Fuck no. But that's a completely different issue. But as you make your laps around, and you're out there, and you're out there for quite a while, and you figure, okay, I'm going back to bed. And so you head back in. And who are you alerting?
Theo,
Okay.
What are you doing up?
Mama Bear got me up. It's not my fault.
Go back to bed.
That's what
How's your arm?
Tingly.
Go back to bed.
Okay, night.
What? Oh, on the way, maybe, actually, you know what? In the morning, ask Anna for a slug. If you don't ask, I will. Get up.
Okay, so you get up, you head outside, and make me another perception check for your last watch.
Ooh, that is a 22.
Ooh. So as you're sitting there, and it's starting to get a little bit lighter, still stupid early, but you can see this light just starting to crest the horizon as you're sitting there. As you're, are you just sitting in one spot? Are you walking around? Or?
I'll walk a little bit.
Okay.
I won't go too far from the house, though.
As you're walking along, you do notice some kind of small rodent running along in front of the cabin.
Is it spiky?
It is not spiky,
Okay, good.
but it is currently heading towards the pot.
Oh no! I'm just gonna run up. I'm gonna step in front of it and be like, no, go away, little thing.
As you come,
Hush! Go! Shoo!
as you just come running up toward this poor small critter, it just turns and hightails the fuck out of there. As just this assumedly big predator is now running at them.
Fuck away from the pot!
But it just up and it just takes off and just runs away.
Did I get a good look at it? It was like a mouse or something?
It was
A porcupine.
Yeah, was it a porcupine?
no, it was not a porcupine. It was you figure probably a gopher, groundhog, or something like that.
Goddamn gophers.
But it just hightailed it out of there.
Makes a little squeak, goes down to a little hole. I'm like, Gus, stay away!
Just popped it.
Yeah, pops up, goes with a finger, goes back down. Rude!
But the rest of, aside from that one moment of, oh shit, your watch goes through without any issue.
I'm glad. Good. Just gonna
Maybe
stay.
less. Mom, get up. Dad, go to bed.
My relationship with my new parents.
Go to bed!
So as your couple hours pass, the sun is now crested the horizon. Still early morning, but you figure this is about the time that you normally getting up. So
Alright then. I will do a quick look around, see if there's any more gophers.
no more gophers.
Dig a little trench around the pot just in case with my foot.
Light it on
Light it on fire!
Light my car on fire!
No! Don't light it on fire, just dig a little trench around it. And then I will quickly go inside and check to see if anybody's getting up, and if nobody's getting up, I will just continue to wait outside and not leave the pot unattended.
As you go in, these two have already kind of started to wake up. You've had a full night's rest.
Yeah.
Life is good.
And you're oh, this is great. You're a little bit slightly more groggy because your nap was interrupted very early on, but you're still fairly awake.
Did you ask
He
Kay
is
to
asleep.
get up with his crazy spiky arm?
Wanted to make sure his arm hadn't fallen off. Then I had to wake him up. He was already up.
Speaking of which, was that long rest?
Yes, that is a long rest. Everyone is full healed,
Would
receives their
you
spell back. all that
maybe
jazz.
use one of if he needs it? Will you maybe use a slug or something
With pleasure.
on Kay? Yes, if he squirms out of the way, just call Zugink over. Maybe we can sit on him or something.
It's me.
Is anyone waking up Kay, or is...
Yeah, I'll go quickly check on Kay. I'll be like, Kay, is the arm still tingling?
Yes, the arm is still tingling.
Is it still? Is it spiky or is it
Oh,
less
yeah.
spiky?
It is more spiky.
Oh, good.
Once
Gracious.
again, the spikes haven't spread,
Yeah.
but they're continually growing.
Oh.
And by this point, they've protruded through the skin again, and you can see, you can almost just kind of pluck at them, essentially.
Yeah, they're the super attractive 5 o'clock shadow.
We might need to shave those again.
I think we should find a stronger healer. No
Oh.
offense, huh?
Yeah, but no, we definitely need to go. We definitely need to go to the city, but I think in the meantime...
One of you went exploring the temples, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Any higher level priests in there might,
I almost certainly
Yes.
think there were.
If not, I'm sure the town
Fancy.
guard, your friends in the town guard, can point us in the right direction. But in the meantime, we should maybe make sure that it's not going to, poke one of us.
I don't know. It looks really bad.
Yeah,
I don't
just-
really want people asking questions
Yeah,
right now.
it looks really
We don't
bad.
have answers.
That would be really bad if we went to... Yeah, we don't really have answers.
We don't know
We
what
don't
it is.
need to start panic.
What are we doing with what we're shaving off?
Give it to Danon.
Yeah, yeah. You'll take this, right? See up.
He didn't sleep. He's been moseying about his little hut. But
I go check out his room. There's probably like 20 cups of coffee just straight about, like Pikachu and Detective Pikachu.
I can stop whenever I want.
These are just choices.
But no, as you go and you peeking into his room,
Yeah.
you're not actually seeing any coffee cups in
No.
there. His bed is a mess, and there's a whole bunch of books strewn around on the floor. But there's no cups of coffee in there.
Yeah.
But looking at the kitchen table, there's a few more cups of coffee or a few more empty cups on the table than there was the night before.
Pick one up and I waft it. How strong is it? Would it eat my spoon if I put it in there?
It wouldn't eat your spoon, but you're not entirely sure how he's surviving on the potency of this coffee.
Okay, I'll just go up and I'll be like, Danik?
And you hear the coming up from the cellar, and
Yeah.
door kind of comes. Uh-huh.
Yes, good morning. Kay's not better yet.
That's not surprising.
We still have a crazy orb in a pot in your front yard.
Oh yes, please don't leave that here.
Yes,
I
we're
don't want it.
probably gonna wrap things up and probably book it. When I say book it, I mean go to town.
Okay,
Yes.
that's fair.
Yeah. Thank you again for all of your hospitality and for giving him something for the night.
Oh yes, I need to look at his hand. And
Yes.
he just scurries up and just scurries past you. He's runs over. Is Kay still laying in bed?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
He just runs
But
up,
wait,
grabbing at your arm, pulling it out from.
No, the arm is not in my
the
bedroll.
the arm is
My
like-
arm is free range because everyone wants. That's the important part of me, apparently.
We've just put a sling
No one
around
cares
it.
about the rest of me. They care about my hand, so it's just kind of out and about, so anyone can examine it.
He just grabs your hand. He's kind of turning it over and runs off, grabs a cloth, comes back, and is just scrubbing away the now dried paste that was on your hand. And didn't seem to do anything.
No. Apparently his arm tingled all night.
Oh, that's not surprising. It's kind of acidic, so it's going to provide a little bit of tingle.
Well, at the very least, I'll have a very well exfoliated arm.
And he's
What?
Don't worry about it.
He's looking at your hand. He's like, It's still growing, but you didn't cut them off at all during the night, right?
Yeah.
And so he's looking at it and seeing about how much they grew. He's like, okay. And just kind of lets go of your arm and just scurries off again. Your arm's kind of thump. But as he comes up to you, he's like, so you're going back to the city then?
Yes, I think we need to see someone about Kay and his soon-to-be spiky arm.
That's fair. Porcupine looks probably not the best for him.
And the shiny magical orb in the pot.
Yes, also the magical orb in the pot.
Ah, yes, that thing really is intriguing. On one hand, I wanted to study it myself. On the other hand, I don't want it anywhere near my farm. And I also don't have the necessary tools to adequately look at it here.
Yes, right now we have it in a cooking pot and a blanket.
Yeah, that's definitely not gonna.
Yeah.
That's probably not gonna do the greatest.
Yeah.
Not to mention, that's the thing that made these wolves angry. I don't want that anywhere near my farm.
That's good. Yeah. You nearly had a rabid gopher. earlier. I saved you. Scared off that gopher.
Was it as big as a wolf?
No,
Thank goodness.
but you
That would
know,
be terrifying.
I didn't want to take the chance.
Oh, very, very fair, very fair.
So,
I wouldn't want to take that chance either.
anyway, we should probably get moving.
Agreed.
Yes.
Yes.
Fine. Question though. If you like, who are you taking this to though? Like,
Well,
do you have them in mind?
No, I actually wanted to ask you about that. Do you have any suggestions? You must know people in the city.
Yeah, I do. I studied in this city for quite a while, and then I got sick and tired of being in the city, so I came out here. Let me see. Who could possibly look this?
My first suggestion was maybe your friends in the town guard, but
You can do that too.
What about him? No, he died last year. No, he's also dead. Damn these people in the short lifespans.
I know.
I guess I do have to go with him after all.
you have to come with us.
No. Oh, yeah, I gotta tend my farm. But there's this old coot in Amadodel, professor at the college. His name is Zanash. I studied with him about 15 years ago when I was first dabbling into herbology and alchemy. He later up to study more of the arcane. We were good friends back then. He had a brilliant mind if I ever met one, especially for a human. I do believe he's still a professor at Amadodel's College of the Arcane. Of the people I know, he would be best suited to look at it. That being said, I'm too curious as to what this thing is and how it ended up like this. If you do bring it to him, would you be so kind as to mention that his old friend Danik Kosh recommended and his capabilities with high regards and praise, and would be loved to be informed of the information they managed to uncover. I'd be most grateful. Holy, you want me to think about the sister?
Oh, I'm sorry. What was that bit about the sister?
Well, Annah and I, as I mentioned, studied together for quite some time. This
Yes.
also involved many late nights at his house to be poured over the various texts as we were studying. He had a sister, lovely gal, cute as a button. After one particular
Stop.
Say no more.
Stop.
Say no more.
They have walked in her and I celebrating.
What are you celebrating? That's exciting.
No.
No.
It was very exciting. And,
No.
but he kind of forbade
No.
me from ever going near his house again.
Yes. It's amazing how college does that.
And all the people back home.
All right then. Well, okay. Good to know. All right then. Well, once again, thank you very much for all your help and for doing everything you could and letting us, giving us supplies and healing potions and your pot. I don't know if you're getting that back.
Judging by the fact of what you put in there, I probably don't want it back.
And we should head out.
Yeah. Sorry again about your friend.
Yeah. He's been buried. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
And I
I do
will-
need to get myself another assistant.
How old is your friend? Sinash?
Anash?
Yes.
He was human 50 years ago. He old.
So he's older. All right then. Good to know.
I don't remember how old he is.
He old for humans, normal humans, anyways.
Oh yeah, he's quite a bit older.
All right then. Good to know.
University, so assume 70.
The sister incident may not be fresh in his mind, or it might be all he dwells upon. We'll find out when we get there.
So, you're heading out from Danik's place back to
Yeah.
Amadodel?
To Annodell!
Fully clothed for this walk.
Fully clothed.
Fully clothed. Are we shaving before we go?
Yeah,
Are
we
we
should
shaving
probably.
this?
We should shave.
Okay.
Get a slug ready, just in
Give me
case.
give me a dex check.
But do I have to make a
Oh, no.
constitution also for this one?
Nope.
You get a 9.
So as she is whittling away...
Considering I'm an elf and I don't have any facial hair myself, I know nothing about shaving.
Yeah, well, that's not like it's gonna help. I know nothing about shaving too.
as he's whittling away at your hand, there's a few times where like the blade kind of nicks and you end up taking 2 points of damage.
Conveniently, we're about to slug me. Roast.
Oh. Yeah. I'll help you out.
Dig
into
into
my little pouch, and yes, I will slug for what is it? 1d8. Let's see.
Does that take?
As the slug starts coming out, just like take
Is that
a few
first
steps
question? Is
back.
that a cantrip or?
It
No, it's
is
not. It's
a
a first
first
level
level.
spell, so we need to roll
Oh,
a D20 on this.
Don't use it.
Oh.
We'll save it for later.
Okay. Well, in I don't know 3 hours when you get shaved again.
Yeah. And if I do, more than 2 points of damage.
Okay. Soon, my pretty, soon.
Oh, wait,
So
hold
shove
on.
the slug back in the pouch.
Your slug evolves into a
I
face
just-
hugger.
That's like for a cure moderate.
All right, so
I used cure moderate wounds. And suddenly I have the face hugger. You can't interact with anything for like 8 hours. You just have this face.
But you feel
wake up feeling fantastic.
So as the you venture along, and it is a 2-day journey back to Amadodal.
Right. Who wants to carry the pot? 1, 2,
I
3,
vote-
not it.
I believe we're just gonna. It's on rope.
Yeah, it's still on a
We're
rope.
just
Yep.
gonna go. Boom.
We're just
It's probably
dragging
gonna be
this
me
pot
and
behind us.
Me and Mama Bugbear
Yeah, we
likely
could do
are
that.
going to be stringing it. I feel I'm probably at the front. Why? Because Kate.
Okay, so you're in front, you're trailing behind. You got the pot kind of just hung up in between the two of you. So you progress along. And the day goes by without incident. At some point in time, you do decide that, like, as it's starting to get dark, you need to kind of hunker down a bit and set up camp for the night.
What are the odds that we would make it halfway to the half-orc couple?
The half-orc couple is more than halfway. Or not more. It would be... Okay. It technically takes about a day and a half to get from Danek's place to Amadodal. So, but 2-day venture, essentially. But you'd have passed the half-orc couple's place on your way.
Fiddlesticks. All right. Are there more farms sporadically along our way, or is it looking pretty barren?
It's looking pretty barren, like, because most of it is, like, it'll be like a farm and then just, like, long stretches of field. Okay. And a lot of them seem to almost have it set up where it's, like, the cluster of houses and then their fields going either direction. And then meeting up on the other side of another field and then house eventually. But you've got the main road and then a bit of like a ditch on either side before you hit the farm fences. But you're not.
So we're roughing it.
Yeah, the last farm you'd passed was over an hour ago.
Looks like we might be off the road for this one.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Find a tree.
Yeah, there's the occasional tree along.
Yeah. So,
Sure.
like one of those little outclosed little gravel paths that stop before it goes into a field. So,
Cool. So just sleep.
yeah,
Just
might as
get
well
your
just
tents and-
stop off the side of the road. And
We don't have tents.
we don't have tents, but we got bedrolls.
Federal.
We got bedrolls.
Say pitch bedrolls.
How's the weather?
It's
It's
a
pretty
little-
dreary.
Yeah, last night it was fairly clear. Like there was a little bit of clouds, but not a whole lot. Today your journey has been pretty warm. Once again, not a whole lot of clouds at this point. So as you're reaching nighttime, you can see like the moon rising up. There's not a whole lot of clouds, and it's a little bit warm and muggy. But
Not likely to rain then.
yeah,
Well, I'll take first watch since I had a really good sleep. If everyone's okay with that.
Kay's already getting into his bedroll.
Yeah. Wait. Okay. Show us your arm. Are they growing?
they've continued to grow over the course of the day.
Then I'm gonna shave them.
Can we wait till morning?
Nope.
I want to do this again.
Nope.
Okay, roll me that dex check.
Do you want to be a porcupine? Oh. Because of all of your whining, I rolled a 4.
You take another 3 points of slashing damage.
It's okay,
to
you're
your
going to
hand.
sleep. You're like moving your arm. I'm like, quit it, stop, hold still.
Buddy, almost gonna have a new skill.
Shaving.
I don't have any hair, but man, am I good at shaving quills off of a porcupine.
I know you've stabbed in the past 3 times you tried.
Yeah.
Well, to succeed, you kind of have to fail a couple times.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, but it's significantly more efficient to fail a bunch and then know what you're doing than it is to always do best thing.
Unless that succession is tied by dice rolls.
Yeah. So Mel's taking the first one?
Yeah, and I'm gonna become Anna 7 to do so.
Okay.
So
So at,
7?
She becomes a panther.
I'm going to be a
form.
panther form. For
That's
this.
Cyber
from
6.
Cyber 6. So we have Anna 7.
Yeah.
You're just dangling
It'll only
from
be
the-
for... Oh, sorry.
I'm just picturing you dangling from the branch on the
The
tree,
tree.
like Bagheera.
It's like the one arm just like
Oh,
dragged
casual.
over the edge.
Being like, I'm watching.
Yeah. Come for mine.
I love that she said
Do it.
Bagheera.
It'll be for 1 hour of the 3. But I'm going to start off in panther form, and then after my hour is up, I will unfortunately revert back.
Okay. Because wild shape only lasts for an hour.
Only lasts for an hour.
Fair.
But I feel less comfortable being so close to the road.
Fair. So you're a panther. Now. Are you climbing up into the tree?
Yes.
It's like as the rest of you are getting ready to go to bed, you just see Anna like swarm shift and grow from their small size into this fully grown panther. Just like leaps up and just jumps up into the tree and just lays down in the branch. The one paw just like dangling off, just like watching.
Yes.
Your first hour. Roll me a perception check. And this is with Panther stats.
Yeah, so this is the first nat 1.
Oh no!
We are with 1. Oh no.
So sorry, that would make it 5.
5. Okay. So as you're laying in the tree and you're just like kind of looking around, there's a bunch of branches in your way and just not getting a really good look. And then you think you see something move, and so you instinctively like try to like step forward towards it.
Oh no.
Not remembering you're kind of laying on this branch.
Oh,
Roll me a dexterity saving.
Rats land on their feet!
Roll me an acrobatics check.
no. Which for my panther stats, it would just be dex?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Non-natural 20.
Yay!
So you like reach forward and then you like tumble off the branch and your back does that like weird like cat twist thing where you like spin around and just like land all 4 feet and just like
Like when your cat falls back off the back of the couch
Just
and
kinda, like,
just walks around going, I meant to do that.
jump. But after a little bit you start kind of feeling that tingle as your body starts changing back into Anna. No longer Anna 7.
Well, I'm awake now. Damn. Alright.
And give me a second perception check for now that you're back in Anna form.
Oh no.
You can do it, I believe in you.
Perception. 13.
13. So as you're kind of wandering about, like you're seeing the occasional firefly go flitting by, and
Can I catch one?
roll me a dexterity check.
Oh, it's even worse as Anna. How's a 3 do?
You see them and you're like reaching out trying to grab them, and they're just like flitting like just through your fingers every single time. He's like trying to sweep out to them. They're almost taunting you.
Like
No
when you think
depth
you finally got a
yeah.
mosquito and it's just like...
Yeah, no depth perception, just
But you chase them around for a while, like making sure to like kind of look back and see what's going on. But
Alright.
you spend a while chasing after them, and then you start to get tired from running after them for so much, and you're,
And I get no fireflies.
no fireflies.
Damn it. Okay.
You tried.
But your watch comes to an end. Who are you waking up?
Zugink.
See you in 2 hours.
Zugink.
Zugink. You have Anna. What are you doing to wake Zugink up?
I'm gonna go... I'm just gonna shake shoulder.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah, it's the shake shoulders. Like,
I have to shake really hard because
I
I'm
was just
small.
like used to being in the guards, just like, yep.
I'm like, your turn.
And I get up and
funny,
I
you're
like
so
grab
big,
my
you just, like,
glaive
hair.
and I just kind of like sit against the tree and like watch.
Okay. Roll me your perception check.
That is an 11.
An 11. You're sitting there with your glaive and you just kind of start to get a little bit bored. Like nothing's really happening. You're not seeing any like traveling along the road or anything like that. You're just kind of like scraping at the ground with like the butt end of your glaive, just kind of like driving this groove in. But your watch comes and goes without any issue. Who are you waking up?
I'll wake up Mr. Elf?
Mr. Elf.
Mr. Elf.
They call me Mr. Elf. Oh, Pumbaa.
I'm Krabby Patty Elf. Yeah.
Okay, so you wake up Theioryn. Well, wake up.
Wake up.
Theioryn's meditating.
Meditating. Oh, hello. Is it my turn already?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right then. I will get up and stretch and just kind of like.
As you stretch, you just feel that like crack in your back.
Oh. Okay. Yes. Cool. I don't say cool.
You're not quite accustomed to like just sitting on the hard ground for 4 hours.
All right. I'm just gonna walk this off. Good night. And just start walking around a little bit.
Okay, roll me your perception check.
Yeah. That is a 15.
A 15.
It's the best perception check all night.
Yep. You see a bunch of fireflies flitting around throughout the course of the night.
Gotta catch one.
Roll me a dexterity check.
Oh, that's a 19.
A 19. As you are running around, you're just kind of like sitting there. And just kind of just gotta be patient and just kind of sit and just wait for them to go flitting by and slowly.
Patience is
And as you like peek into your hand, just like opening up that little bit, you see a little bit of a glow in your hand.
Ooh. And then I let it go because I don't know that I was trying to catch them.
And it just like kind of like scurries away and just kind of like rejoins the groups and kind of like flutters around.
Anna grumbles in her sleep.
Anna's having nightmares about not being catch fireflies.
Just nightmare of like fireflies now trying to catch Anna and Anna's just like running away. But as you the 4 hours they go by fairly slowly. Mm-hmm. Occasionally you're just kind of like try and catch another one, and occasionally you get one, occasionally you miss. And
I get good at catching fireflies. I'm like, oh.
But as the sun starts to crest, or light starts to crest the horizon, a lot of the fireflies just kind of like disperse and move further away from the road's edge, and the sun gradually starts rising. And Kay, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw. 15. Okay. And so morning has arrived.
Well, I'll start putting my stuff away.
Okay.
And then I want to see how much the spikes have grown on. Okay, because I assume that Theioryn's going to want to cut him up again. Shave him again.
Yeah.
So you go and like the spikes are growing at a fairly consistent rate. Over the course of the night, they've probably grown close to like 6 or 7 millimeters.
Oh, tiny.
Okay.
As far as, okay. But you're going to say inches for a second.
Yeah.
It's like,
Holy
shit!
What long spikes coming off your head? So, like 6-7 inches just from like the night's rest.
Okay. That's
Or
a
millimeters from the night's
That's a
rest.
porcupine!
It's the scale of, instead of 5 o'clock shadow, it's just a really long, aggressive hair that grows out of my bone.
Yeah, I want to get up in the morning. I want to go over and take a look at them too. I want to be like, I want to try shaving them.
Do you have anything smaller than your glaive?
I have a knife.
Okay. So Bugbear's gonna try and give a.
I'm still unconscious. Don't look at me.
So the Kay's unconscious.
The
Yeah, I don't even bother waking her up. I just take the hand out and like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Dale's done this 3 times. How hard can it be?
Oh, that's only a 7.
I've had worse. I guess this is how I'm waking up.
The not as dexterous Bugbear just kind of like...
I'm actually more dexterous than the owl.
not with a 7 you aren't. But you start like kind of showing.
This is
but
my
you're also
first
not,
attempt.
You're also not being as gentle with it as you're just kind of like forcefully just
Hands are bigger.
and you take 4 points of slashing damage.
So I'm just gonna leave my health alone. Wow. Yeah, just because. Yeah, I don't need to really do a whole lot.
Okay.
I walk up.
I'm gonna assume our long rest was really not effective.
I used long rest. It wasn't.
It was not very
It
effective.
wasn't very effective.
So as you get up and you now venturing back towards Amonodel,
I believe so.
Yep.
Beelining it for
beelining it for
You
Amonodel.
wanted it from Odell?
So as you're arriving towards Amonodel, it's late afternoon as you're arriving there, and like almost just a little bit prior to like early evening. But as you get in there, you're seeing like the those towering Amonodel city gates, and the few times you've been in and out of the city so far, there's always been like a couple guards that were posted by the gates, but they kind of just kept to themselves and just let groups go in and out as they willy-nilly. But as you're approaching, you're seeing several more guards at the gate, and they're approaching groups as they're coming in and out of the city, and stopping them and talking to them briefly before sending them on their way. What are people doing?
You know what? Why don't I go on ahead, see what they're stopping and interrogating and talking to people about? You guys hang back.
Well,
I figured you'd also send the Bugbear with you because she knows the guards.
Do I know these specific guards?
You don't recognize these guards. These are not of the 4 that you've met.
Okay.
but
I
you
mean, yeah, we could still go together.
yeah.
Let's
Well,
just...
we can hang back.
You still know the internal workings of the guard organization a lot
Yeah.
better than
I think
me.
it's
Okay.
yeah.
So-
I think I know everything about this world more than Kay.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I was also going to say you were in jail, so we should hang back.
And knowing me, I'd ignore them. And,
Yeah.
Or just keep walking and talking.
Yeah,
and
you
then
just don't have manners yet. So
Not housebroken.
not housebroken yet. Yeah. So, but yes, that's a good idea. I think
Well,
you two should go
So I
ahead.
hand you an end of the rope.
Oh, thank you. Oh, Jesus, Murphy!
Just not expecting to deal with it.
Like holding it with both hands. I'm like, oh my god!
And I'll like,
Over
walk
the
up with Anna, like
Theo,
Anna
over the
taking
shoulder.
4 steps to every one of mine.
Yeah, more or less. And it's like a brisk jog while you're going on a slow stroll.
No, it's okay. You got corgi legs. They're short, but
Aw.
man, do they move!
That's so cute. Are corgis in this world?
Maybe.
What are the 5th ed stats for a corgi? Yes.
So as you are walking towards the gates, one of the guards kind of takes note and walks over towards you. Welcome to Amonodel. Mind if we inquire as to your business this night?
We are returning. We left 3 days ago.
Returning from where? 4.
Four.
Nope.
6.
2 days out, 1 day there, 1 day back.
5.
So you're at 6
5 days.
days.
6 days. Okay.
I'm
6
Danny.
days ago, we had a contract from the guard to go hunt some wolves that were bugging some farmers.
Oh, okay. Do you have and he goes and he like grabs his clipboard and he's like flipping through and wolves, you say?
Yes.
Who is it for?
Danik.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, and he kind of marks something off on his clipboard. And he kind of goes and tosses that back to one of the other guards. And all right, just keep yourself out of trouble today. It's been a bit of an issue.
May I inquire as to the issue?
Sorry, we don't diverge that to civilians.
Anything I should be worried about that you can tell us?
Just be keeping yourself out of trouble.
Okay, is there a problem with the citizens? I have family here that's I'm kind of worried about now. Are you sure you can't let me know if they're gonna be okay?
Persuasion?
Yeah, you can give me a persuasion check.
I'm cute, teehee, Popfoot.
Oh no! It's a 14.
That's cute. It's pretty cute.
As
your
you're
eyelashes
trying
some
to you're trying to like look as like sweet and innocent as possible. It's like, sorry, but we can't be telling civilians as to any specifics. We're still investigating.
I understand.
I lean over. I go. I might be able to assist. I was part of the guard down in. Damn, it's been too long.
That place that I'm from.
From this place called Ithamir.
Ithamir.
That one.
And he's like, be that as it may, unfortunately, can't be telling anything to civilians. You're not part of the guard here.
Cool. I'm assuming at this point Theo and I kind of caught up because it doesn't sound overly suspicious and Theo's kind of suffering a little bit.
Yes! Somebody take the pot from me.
Oh, sorry, the pot's right by the guard now?
Yes.
We're
As
idiots.
as
Yes, we are.
you like walk up, is it what you got here?
A pot.
And he's just kind of looking at like this bag that is decaying in the pot. This bag made of a blanket.
It's
decaying in the
really,
pot.
really,
Alchemist ingredients.
yes.
It's from Danik's farm.
We're supposed to go meet one of the teacher professors at the university. It's a thing in regards to study.
And he's just kind of looking at it, and I'm not comfortable letting that thing through the gate. Who is it you're supposed to be bringing it to?
Professor Anish.
And he goes over and he's like, wait here. And he goes over and he's chatting with one of the other guards, and you hear them kind of murmuring back and forth to each other, and then the other guard kind of heads off into the city, fairly brisk pace. As he heads off and kind of the guard walks back up to you and he's like, oh, I'm gonna have you wait here. I'm not one to let something like that go through the city gate.
Question? Like what?
Answer. Pardon?
Like what? It's a pot, and it has a blanket in it.
I'm just
And
gonna
the
go up
blanket is
behind
actively
Kay,
rotting.
and I'm just gonna put my hand around his mouth, and I'm gonna be like, just ignore the poor boy, and I'm just gonna start pulling you aside and going, Kay, remember last time we talked to guards?
So the guard talked to another one of his friends and he went running off.
Yeah.
As he was doing that, can I just like kind of slink behind Zugink and wild shape into squirrel form and scurry on after the guard?
Roll me a stealth check.
Oh, I'm better at stealth as a panther.
That might have been more ominous.
Well, the stealth check is as Anna.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. Crap at this. Oh boy, it's a 4.
Don't use that one anymore. Use that one. Remember that one. That one's a bad one. That one goes in the minute thing.
So you end up like wild shaping into a squirrel, and you're kind of looking around. You see a few people that are kind of looking as like, what? As you like scurry off into the city, but the guard who had been talking to your group did not notice.
Holy hell!
All right, and can I keep that guard in my line of sight?
What's the squirrel speed?
Oh shoot! Sorry,
I was
just
gonna
got
say,
counted
did
up.
that guard roll a nat 1?
2.
Oh my god!
Lucky me! Squirrel 5th ed. Sorry, and you were asking for the...
What's your speed?
Speed.
Like movement speed.
It's only 30 feet.
Okay, so yeah, you can easily keep up with the guard.
Okay.
Yeah, you're like weaving along and just kind of like, and you're like scurrying up on the side of the wall, like down, like full on squirrel mode, just as you like chase after him. And
Crazy parkour.
Oh yeah.
after about 20 minutes, he gets to what you can only assume is probably the school. But the guard goes up and enters the building, and the door kind of slowly closing behind him.
Run.
You're gonna try and get in through the door?
Totally.
Okay, roll me a dexterity, or roll me an acrobatics.
I do not want to die as a squirrel. Okay, acrobatics as a squirrel, right?
Yeah, so it'd be your bonus, essentially.
Oh my god! That's another 3. I got an 8.
Okay. You
why
barely,
my die
like,
is so
as the
mad.
door is closing, like, it snags just the tip of your tail, you feel that initial, like, as, like, your body stops, as you're, like running full sprint, and suddenly that, but then, like, as, like, you hit that halt, and your, like, feet kind of, like, sweep up from under you and you land, your tail, like, just snags free of the door, and you're missing a little bit of hair on your tail, on the end of your tail right now, but he's still in sight, and you...
Okay, I'll still want to scurry after him.
Okay, so you scurry after him, and you see him walk up to one of the rooms and knock on a door, and after a little bit, you see a human open up the door. Fairly old human. He has longer gray hair coming down a little bit past his shoulders, and his hairline's fairly receding, like he's starting about here. But the hair just, like, comes flowing back. His face is just wrinkled with age. And he's got long blue robes. It's the golden trim and accents. His bony fingers kind of, like, reaching out from underneath from his robes. And he's got fingerless white gloves that have runes drawn all over them. And then around his waist, he's got a couple of, like, leather flasks, a metal scroll case, stuff like that. But despite the fact that he's clearly quite old, he's still standing very much so upright and kind of prim and proper. As, this guard is now standing in front of him. And the guard is just like, Anash, is that you? Mm-hmm. We have a situation at the city gates. There was a group that said that they were bringing you a alchemy ingredient or something that you're supposed to look at. I'm not quite sure. Did you know about this?
And then...
He shakes his
No,
head.
I'm gonna... Using my limited telepathic insight... limited telepathy. I can telepathically communicate simple thoughts and ideas to anything within 30 feet that knows a language. I'm going to say, the guard can't be trusted. Play along like you know. I'm from Danik! Danik
No.
Don't trust the guard!
This is more video all over again. Hopefully this one will get cannons fired at you. Roll me a persuasion.
Please don't roll a 3.
I don't know if squirrels have persuasion. Would that just be...
No, this is yours. This is yours.
Yeah, because
Oh,
it's a mental stat.
Right,
Yes.
yes.
I told you not to do that!
Sorry. It's my third 3 in a row for a 6. Oh no! This is so bad. I'm like this one next.
You see him just kind of like scratch his head and it's like... And he's like... No, I know nothing of this. And he's just kind of like... You see him just kind of like mulling over in his head, and he's like... Vogress! And you hear footsteps approaching that door. There's another set of footsteps approaching the door. And he doesn't quite leave the room yet, but you see him like turn back into the ward's room. He's like, someone supposedly brought me something to look at. Can you go investigate? I don't have the time nor the energy to deal with this tonight. And he walks back into the room, and you just hear this, I will. And outstepping from this doorway is a silver-scaled dragonborn.
Ooh. Neat.
She, much like Annah, stands very like proud and regal. She has smooth scales and long silver, like thick, like hair-like tendrils protruding from the back of her head, and they're tied back into a ponytail. And a pair of armless glasses just kind of rest on her nose.
Oh, she's got those paint. What are those called? Those pince-nez glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
And those are placed by the end of her snout, and she's like looking around. And Mel, roll me a stealth check.
The dragonborn sees the magical squirrel.
I'm cute. Much better. Oh, is this as my squirrel stealth? Or is this Anna's
This is squirrel stealth.
Woohoo. That's gotta be better.
Slightly more successful.
15.
15. And she... Maybe was like, please throw the dice away. As she turns and looks over towards you, and she looks back at the guards, like... she's like, well, let's go. And she starts walking, like following the guard. And as she's walking past you, she's just gonna flick something down at you, and you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
You're like Kronk from the Emperor's New Groove.
4.
Another 3.
Yeah.
See, so I guess they would just need to keep track of how many 3s Mel rolls.
Go
This is
for it. Do I catch it with my mouth? Oh my god.
catch it with your teeth.
Try one of my curse die. Maybe my curse isn't as bad as yours.
You take 1 point of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Just so you know, I roll the dice after you, and I'm rolling high. So it's that spot right there.
Alright, 1 point of
1 point of bludgeoning damage. As you've been hit in the face with an eraser.
Oh, wow. Okay. Damage.
Prejudice against squirrels much?
I
mean, why would an animal be in the property?
Am I stunned? Like, am I just like, ow, that hurt?
You just take 1 point of bludgeoning damage. There's no like additional effects to it. You're just gonna...
Okay, cool. Assuming she lets me, I want to run up to her and climb up her body and perch on her shoulder.
That's a decision.
So you go running up. Make me an acrobatics check.
It's a 1 or a 4.
That whole area, this whole
Okay, so
table.
our
That's
one
cursed.
counter has been updated to 2.
That table is cursed.
Oh, I miss being more video.
Do you want something for a dice roll? Or maybe
Yeah,
go
like,
ease
Jesus Christ.
off, maybe go ease off the curve.
God damn it.
So as you like run up and you like leap trying to grab on, you just see that moment as her eyes look back and she kicks her her robe forward a little bit further, and you like land like right behind it and just miss as they start stepping through the doorway.
Huh. Can I still rush through the doorway before it closes?
Yes, you're right up close this time. You're not trailing so much, so you're able to quickly get through the door without losing more of your tail.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna just run ahead of them back to the gates, but not before using my limited telepathy at Vagris and say, well, you're no fun.
And now Big Lesson telling you to throw the table away.
Yeah, no, throw that table away. Bring in a priest to perform an exorcism.
Burn it.
Burn it.
Douse it in holy fire or holy water, followed by gasoline, and then cover
Holy
it.
gasoline?
Holy gasoline.
I mean, it could probably be blessed.
Maybe. But as you just kind of like look back and you're no fun, just kind of like take off and
As fast as I can.
do you look at her as you say it?
Oh yeah, I want to look back and
She
like try
smirks.
to make beady eye contact.
She smirks.
Luigi.
She looks straight at you and smirks.
Excellent.
I'm expecting like Luigi death
Luigi
glare,
death
but
glare.
like
But
as a squirrel.
Yep.
So
Like
you
whispers
hightail it down to the group. And
Can I make it there before them?
yes.
Is there any like pallets or something to change back into Anna behind?
There's a bugbear.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, there's also Tent City outside of the gates, so it would not be hard for you to find a spot, just kind of like poof back
Cool.
into Anna.
I'd like to poof back into Anna.
Okay, so you're no longer Anna Squirrel, and you can poof back into Anna. And
I'm gonna join the group and say,
Her name is Vagris. Act cool.
Meanwhile, while she was gone, I'm gonna like kind of look over and be like,
What?
you know why we originally went on this journey? Because how Anna's town was burnt down.
Oh yes, we're still figuring that out. We're pretty sure this is combined, related.
Well, I just thought of something.
Yes.
You know how there was a bunch of stuff that hurt Kay in that room. And I
I
can't
lift
help
up
but
your arm.
notice- I can't help but notice that this is leaking very slowly.
Yes.
Anna's town was only raided, what, a week ago, 2 weeks ago?
About 6 days ago.
Well, we've been gone
7
for 6
days ago?
days, so
About a week. Yes.
couple weeks.
at this point, it is the...
yeah, we should give a timeline.
Yeah.
Oh, I do have a timeline here.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I should give a timeline.
It has been 12 days since you had come across Anna's village.
So it's only been a couple of weeks since her village got raided. Do you think this thing leaking this slowly could fill that room in this time, or do you think this has been leaking since before that?
It's hard to say. I don't know what time the corruption happened. We don't know what it was before it was corrupted. The ruins we were in were approximately 700 to 800 years old. So
Well, on top of that, remember that the affected area of the blight. I don't know what to call it, but like we entered a spot where like the forest was just the feeling of dead, or at least like rot, and that had spread up like it was good it was a day's travel almost from Danix to the temple area.
Yeah.
And somewhere in the middle of that is where we started to get that sense. So it's a lot to travel, but it's not her village far.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
So-
one moment of wisdom.
Did
Forest-related facts.
did we have another lead for Anna's village? Because I'm thinking this is a
We do.
problem, but a different one.
We do have a lead, except it's going to take us a little bit longer to get there.
Well, we'll see what this
Yes, first we'll
this teacher
first
says,
we'll deal with
and then
this.
maybe go check out the dwarves.
and then we may because we still have to go.
we have the immediate problem. to
Yes.
deal
I
we
don't know if you actually told me about the dwarves, but I knew about that.
yeah. No, yeah,
with.
it's
Pretty-
a dwarf.
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure you guys know about the dwarves. I don't.
Yeah, Kay doesn't know about the dwarves. You know
but I
about
would-
because you helped. You were gathering the bodies, and you had the 3 burned dwarven bodies.
Yeah, but I don't think I knew about going to see the dwarves because they went to look into that when I was talking to Kay.
Fair.
Yeah. So.
Maybe it came up.
Yeah.
Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. Either way.
Either way.
Actually, it would have come up because Anna, when you were at Danix Farm, was saying that she wanted to go and see the dwarves, and you were insisting on going and exploring the forest.
Ah, okay.
So you would have heard about the dwarves at least once.
Yeah. So, but yeah,
Might be worth going to check out the dwarves if this
you know,
professor person.
I agree. But first, we have a. Right now, we're being kind of held up trying to sneak a pot into.
We're not sneaking.
We're not
we
sneaking at
gave
all.
it straight to
Like-
the gods.
Trying to bring a pot into.
You trying to sneak in here?
Trying to bring a pot. Yeah. Today I learned we can't just bring a pot into the city.
So as about 45 minutes pass, by the time Anna just kind of like pops up, hi.
I like to think I've drawn a ton of stuff in the dirt with my glaive.
I'm still holding Kay.
I'm apparently holding the pot.
Yep.
I'm
Hold
holding
the
one
other
end
end
of
of
the
the
pot, but then with the other hand, I'm just like drawing.
Okay.
Just like Dragonborn. Name is Varys. Act like we know that.
Can't get past the guards.
Yeah.
So after about the 45 minutes pass, you see this silver dragonborn coming along. She has very similar robes to what Anash had on, with the blue robes, the golden trim and accent, and then she has her arms kind of like tucked into the sleeves of each other. And as she reaches down to the gates, the other guard just kind of like points her in your direction. She walks up and, I hear you've been attempting to smuggle a cursed object within the city limits.
Now, we didn't smuggle it.
I must say, it takes gall to attempt such a thing here in Amanodel.
Well, we weren't really smuggling it.
We walked it right up.
We
to the
walked it
front
right
gate.
up. Also, we come from Danik.
I don't know him.
Of course you don't.
So out of politeness, I like to think like as soon as she came up, I went to shake her hand, forgetting I was holding something.
Just drops.
Just like yanks it out of Kay's hand.
No,
It was more
she
like just
drops
dropped
into a
because I
bowl.
would go to shake. It's just like, oh, I need to shake your hand.
Did you drop the pot or did you drop your glaive?
I dropped the pot.
Okay, so the
I'm used to holding the glaive.
And one of us make a reflex save.
Please don't be me.
I mean,
Well, you're
can't be-
holding KO by the
I
mouth.
am
so you don't
holding
have time
Kay.
to
I
reach
don't
out.
have
Well,
time.
Has she literally, or has he literally been holding my mouth shut for the last 45
That's what he
minutes?
said.
Probably. I don't trust you. So unless you bit my hand.
I'm just
I
looking
mean,
at
that-
picturing Kay just like.
No, I absolutely would have licked your hand.
And I'm guessing Anna, like.
So
you're
Anna's
welcome
the
to
only
try
one
and
that can
make-
try.
You're welcome to try if you think that you would have been up near Zugink. But I also don't think that even if you were to have caught the rope, that you'd have stopped the pot from hitting the ground because you're short.
Yeah, no, I don't think I'd
So
try
the
and.
pot hits the ground anyway.
The pot hits the ground.
If
Yeah.
anything, I would have just tried to be like, ah.
Yeah.
But I don't know what I'd be really.
So as you let go of the pot to reach out your hand, or let go of the
just
rope
that
to reach out
moment
your
of-
hand. That moment of oh, as the pot hits the ground and this decaying blanket rolls out of it, tearing a bit as the material is no longer structurally sound.
So the blanket's not there. Is the orb still in the pot?
No, as the pot hits the ground, like it rolls out, and then as the orb is rolling, it tears through the blanket a bit, and the orb now rolls free onto the ground.
I do not recommend touching that.
She just kind of scowls at you, and then walks over, and she's like, "Well, I can already smell it. Let's see what this is."
We found it. Excuse me, let me just back up. We met with an alchemist. He was having a wolf problem. There appears to be corrupted beasts, and we think this might be an object corrupting beasts. And I just but it does strange things, and the alchemist told us that an Anash could maybe help us figure this out. And we apologize for the pot. It was kind of a impromptu decision, and I hold up Kay's arm. You don't want to touch it.
Part of me wants to be because I'm Kay. I'm like, can I put it back in the
No,
pot?
Kay, don't touch it anymore.
Well, how are you gonna pick it up?
We're not going to pick it up. We're going to borrow, we're going to borrow this man's sword, and we're going to tap it back in.
As you're like trying to reach, whose sword are you trying to grab?
Just grab a random guard.
You reach for the guard's sword, and the guard's hand just like snaps the sword and pushes your hand away, and getting almost in a position to draw his sword as you've now reached for a guard's weapon.
Maybe not that weapon. Maybe
and-
Zugink's weapon.
As you're like,
I
kind
also
of
just
roaming
like
around
go
trying
like,
to like grab people's weapons at random at this point. She just kind of walks up and she's like, "I'm Vagres, one of the head arcane researchers at Amanadel's College of the Arcane. and she reaches her hand out towards the orb.
Please don't touch it.
And her hand stops about an inch away from the orb, and then as she pulls her hand back, the orb comes with it.
Oh, thank goodness. Don't touch it.
And she's like, I appreciate the concern, but this isn't my first engagement with cursed objects.
Oh.
And she turns her hand over, so now the orb is now floating above her palm.
Glad.
And she's just kind of looking at the orb. And so where is it you said you found this?
There are some ruins we found about 2 days from here in a forest. They were...
Specifically from Neuralis? The god?
Yes,
Yeah.
it looks like it was an old place that worshipped Neuralis, the god of...
Elven, not surprising.
Yes. Well... But I was hoping we have some interest in learning about this object. Could we maybe convene somewhere where we can talk not at a gate?
She kind of just... I suppose. And she reaches into a pouch that she has in her belt, and she pulls out a small black crystal.
Mm-hmm.
And she slides that onto the palm of her hand, and then you just see some, like, the runes on, like, with her hand now exposed, you can see she's wearing a similar fingerless glove to what Anash had on. But you see the runes on it start to light up as this small crystal just kind of starts unfolding itself, and as it does, the edges and ridges grow and then reach up, encapsulating this orb and wrapping it in this essentially what looks like a D20. It's now locked into this essentially a box.
That is a cool trick.
And
It definitely beats our pot.
yes, quite.
Again, we didn't have a lot to work with. Also, do you think you could maybe help our... And I hold up Kay's arm again.
She looks at you and kind of grabs your arm and kind of roughly pulls at it and like, peculiar. It seems like a plague of some sort. Maybe a virus.
It hurts.
Yes, well... It definitely spreads.
It's not currently spreading.
Gross.
It's magically based, whatever it is.
We've
Okay.
saw similar... Well, you can't really tell now, but it grows into spikes to the point that it can make a rat look like a porcupine.
Well, at this point, at least, some of it is protruding out again.
Yeah,
It's
been
evening.
Yeah, and she's like looking at your hand. You can see just like a little bit of barbs that are poking out, and
He's very good with a bow. I'd hate for him to lose that skill.
and you say that this orb is what causes it.
Weird.
I don't want to say it's the orb.
it's
It's the funky smelling air that's produced by it.
We have a very strong suspicion. Considering that our friend...
I very bluntly walked into a room filled with it, his hand first, before it could escape.
Yes.
Explaining in K terms.
Yeah.
I walked in, it was real bad, and then it hurt real bad.
And you said it was a temple to who? Neuralis?
Neuralis. Seemed to be about 700 to 800 years old, give or take.
Peculiar that an object harboring such hostile energy be in a temple dedicated to one of the gentler gods.
Unless it didn't always harbor such hostile energy and something corrupted it.
Possible. Plausible.
This might be connected to another series of events that we've come across. Although, again, we should probably not talk about it at the gate.
As
If
you
you
wish.
don't mind.
And as she starts walking away, you watch her start like closing her hand. The sphere essentially starts like collapsing in, just like stretching back into this small handheld size thing, which she drops into a metal container and closes.
So cool. Alright, I will run after her.
And as you run after her now, like she looks at you and Squirrel form wasn't suiting.
Sorry if we seemed a little squirrely. It's been a hell of a couple weeks.
Quite. And so are you following hers?
Yeah, we'll follow her.
Okay.
As we pass the grotto that I reach for a sword, I'll be like, sorry. And then I'll just keep going.
He just kind of like takes a step back from you as you go walking past him. So you follow her up to the school, and as you arrive at the school and enter in, you're getting the rest of you are getting a bit more of a look of what the school has. Like you got like nice like hardwood floors leading into like there's various rooms on either side. Some of them set up like classrooms, but a lot of them set up more like laboratories.
How's it compare to my school?
It'd be fairly similar to your school. The biggest thing you're noting is because this one is specifically focused around the arcane.
Yeah.
There's a lot more magical apparatus.
Okay.
Present in some of the lab rooms, as opposed to where you'd been taking a look at a lot of more chemical composition of things. As she leads you into this one room, you see Ash, the older man, sitting across the table. He looks quite old. Like you figure he's probably in his 80s by this point at least. And she walks up and she just kind of thunks the container down on the table in front of them, and she's like, looks at the rest of you, grab a seat, and goes and just kind of plunks down beside him herself and unscrews the top of the container, and just holding her hand over you see the crystals kind of like glide up and then once again resting about an inch above her palm, and sets it down on the table. Are the rest of you taking seats? Are the rest of you standing?
Oh, I will take a
What is he
seat.
doing?
I'll stay standing.
I will also stay standing.
There's a desk or a table, yeah?
Yeah.
So Kay's gonna crouch, like, if the table's like this height, he's gonna do that thing where he's like, ooh, shiny. He's gonna sit at the desk and like, but like being crouched, because...
Yeah. And she just kind of rolls her eyes at you as you all, like, two of you are standing, one of you is just kind of like gremlining over the edge of the table. And
I just casually say what in Draconic, and then nothing else.
And she looks at you, and back in Draconic, she says, "You know, that doesn't make you like me, or that doesn't make me like you more."
And I respond with, doesn't matter.
Anna
She's kind of-
snickers.
Do you speak Draconic?
I do.
So this time-
Hey! Hello, friend.
Holy, actually, wait a minute. I also speak Draconic.
Why don't we all speak Draconic?
Do you speak Draconic?
I do not.
So you're the only one left out of that conversation.
I say nothing, though, so...
So as the crystal's now expanded back to the size it was when encased the orb, Anash is just kind of like, so what is it? What have you brought me?
2 days ago, we were sent on a quick little excursion to help someone that you might know well, an alchemist named Danik. He was having a wolf problem.
As you mention the name Danik,
Yeah.
you just watch Anash's jaw tighten. And he's going, continue.
May have heard this story, let's leave it for now. He was having a wolf problem. We took this job because about approximately 12 days ago, this young lady's village was destroyed. There was... and we were attacked by 2 corrupted bears, is the best I can give it.
These creatures have been popping up everywhere.
Yes.
Regular animals that are infected by this sort of corruption, which doesn't just limit itself to animals.
And he looks at your hand, kind of nods.
going up to the alchemist's place, we killed the wolves, and then we attempted to track deeper into the forest. We came across ruins to the elven god Noralis, and came across a seal room and found this. And the moment that we opened the seal room, well, the results.
So you touched things without knowing what they were.
Well, that one touched things without knowing what they were.
What?
He's
Do it all the time.
he's
The first
He just
time
kind of
this
rolls
has
his eyes at
happened.
you.
he's from the school of hard knocks.
And you just watch Anasha just kind of like trying to process that for a moment. Just like, continue.
He
So
pushes buttons. He touches the hot stove. We'll just continue on. Anyway, we didn't really have anything, but we didn't to contain it, considering that we think it's one of the things that could possibly be causing a problem. But we're not sure if this is meant to be this way, if it was something that was corrupted before, if it is the source, but it seems dangerous enough to bring back and figure out. We definitely weren't comfortable just leaving it in the middle of the woods. The woods.
well, it seems to be even a smart thing. At least one smart thing done.
Additionally, I don't know if this is connected, but Anna's village had a spirit also in it.
Yeah, we had a shrine to Yggdrasil that had a magical gem in it. Kind of watched over the village. And then the group that ransacked and destroyed the village, which was accompanied by a slew of these animals, they stole the gem.
So you're saying that your village was overrun by spiky animals.
Led by dwarves, presumably, yes. They were from this clan.
I'm going to rifle through my bag and pull out my parchment, drawing, etching, hoping it means something to him.
With the burning hammer.
He shrugs and as he looks at the symbol and although the animals that ransacked your village were not spiky.
They weren't? I thought they had the black.
Did
Didn't
the
they have?
black ichor,
Sorry,
but they
black
did-
ichor.
But they were not
Yes,
spiky.
they weren't spiky.
That was not something that I realized. Black ichor and spiky, they're two different types of corruption.
You have a vial of now very coagulated black
I
ichor.
still
Yeah.
do, yes.
Because you have not thrown that thing out.
No, why would I?
And he looks at it and you watch him kind of hold out his hand towards the structure. Just kind of mutters under his breath, and you watch the edges like unfold and then reform back into the smoke crystal beneath it, as the orb is now floating above it. Of all the boats I've seen go through the college, I must say this is certainly unique. I'll have to study it further before I can give any adequate theory as to what it is or was. But from what you're saying, this is likely of elven origin. And he reaches his hand out towards you, and
I sarcastically reach it up because the only thing anyone wants of me is my arm.
he grabs your hand, just kind of pulls you forward a little bit, and as he takes his other hand and kind of holds it out towards your hand, you see blue, like this blue aura start to kind of envelop his hand. Just this faint blue aura just kind of surging forth, and you feel warmth kind of flood through your hand and your arm, and then slowly fades. Like, curious. Valgress. And she stands up and comes over and holds her hand out, and her hand gets encapsulated in kind of like a faint red aura, and your hand almost goes, feels a little bit cold, and you feel this cold seeping up your arm. And you feel this cold seeping up your arm, and you feel this cold seeping up your hand, and you feel this cold seeping up your arm, and you feel this cold seeping up your hand, and you feel this cold seeping up your arm, and you feel this cold seeping up your hand, and you feel this cold seeping up your hand, and you feel this cold seeping up your arm, and you feel this cold seeping up your hand, and you feel this cold seeping up your hand, and you feel this cold seeping up your hand, and you feel this cold seeping up your hand, and you feel this cold seeping up your hand, and you feel this cold seeping up your hand, and you feel this cold seeping up your hand, and you feel this cold seeping up your hand, and you feel this cold seeping up your hand, and you feel this cold seeping up your hand, and you feel this cold seeping up your hand, and you feel this cold seeping up your hand, and you feel this cold seeping up your hand, and you feel this cold seeping up your hand, and you feel this cold seeping up your hand, and you feel this cold seeping up your hand, and you feel this cold seeping up your hand, and you and then it dissipates. And,
Are you using remove curse?
well, it does not seem to be a curse.
Oh.
And Ash is just like, and remove curse doesn't do anything to it, or dispel magic doesn't do anything to it either. So, while it is magically based, it's not a spell of any sort, which is curious. So, this is something that is infecting you in some manner. Though you've all been together since this occurred, correct?
Yeah.
And have any of you exhibited any symptoms of this?
I hold out my hands. I've been shaving down the quills because, well, but it doesn't appear to be affecting me. It only seemed to affect him the moment that he opened the door and took a giant waft.
Blast of it.
Yeah.
Waft of miasma to the face.
And when he touched the orb.
And then when he touched it directly, yes.
Well, he never touched it directly, but he shoved his
Yeah.
hand into the...
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes, I mean,
Cat.
sure not to. 'Cause that probably would have made it worse.
Uh-huh. Probably virus-based. Regardless, you don't seem to be in any immediate danger. However, I would not assume you to be safe, and is probably in your best interest to seek aid of some sort. I'm no physician, however, so without further research into the origin of the orb, I'm not quite sure what would assist.
It's not quite like we could go to...
Do you know any healers that might be able to take a look at it? Based on your knowledge within the city?
You could talk to some of the clerics in the temple district, though if Dispel Magic and Remove Curse aren't doing anything to it, the best they could do is likely just helping deal with any injuries it's already afflicting, but probably not stop the spread.
Cool.
Well,
But regardless, we'll look into the orb and see if we can find out anything. I assume you are leaving the orb with us.
you have a lot better methods of keeping it contained than we did.
You think you can keep the people safe from it here?
Well, as long as we have it contained, then it is essentially locked into a pocket dimension, as of so.
Most colleges have a pocket dimension.
Then I say we trust it here.
All right, and he kind of motions to Vargas, just kind of, and she goes over and grabs some papers and brings them over and sets them down. Wonderful. I have some documents I need you to sign. These basically state that while you still technically own the object, that we are entitled to research it as we see fit. We are not liable for any damage or destruction of the object in question, though we will do what we can to prevent that from happening. If you decide that at some point you wish to retrieve the object, you can put in a request to the college, and we will return it to you within a week.
Zugink?
So you sign?
Yep.
Okay.
Apparently I now own a cursed object.
You also own a cursed boy.
Yeah.
So
Well, I don't own you.
I'm pretty sure you do.
Speaking of which, we should probably go talk to that dwarf.
Thank you for the opportunity to study this. Also, while studying, if I learn of any methods of slowing or reversing effects it has, I will let you know. Whereabouts in the city do you live?
We don't...
You can send that to, crap, what's Gregor's brother's place called? Can I give him the information of where
Yes.
Gregor's... Yeah.
Yeah.
So you,
Yeah.
Brother!
you
yeah.
scribble down the information and hand it to them. It's like, wonderful. We will send any information regarding the affliction there.
Well then. Thank you very much for your time. We should probably leave, or...
Mm-hmm.
All right then.
Go find a place to crash for
Go.
the night that's not the ground.
Yeah. No, you're coming with me, and even though we're gonna give it a try, we're going to the temple district.
Wanna sleep.
Well, you should have thought about that before you opened a door and took a quaff of.
To be
My
fair,
ass
we
went
were
to the
all
face.
trying to get into that door.
Yes, but you know.
Mama was there too. I was just first.
Yes, but Mama also, again, was not first because we didn't know what was on the other side of that door.
Mama didn't roll in that one.
Mama didn't roll in that one.
I just you wanna go. Do you think you can watch him?
Yeah.
I'll see if I can find some of my guard friends and
Yes.
see what they want done with the one who fulfilled his community service.
Yes, and we still have the question of finding out who destroyed your village. So until we should investigate.
Meet back at the Castaway Tavern after
Yeah.
done both are.
Yes, and we will and while we wait for this professor fellow to figure out what exactly we found, we should probably pursue that. But in the meantime, you come with me. Don't gripe. Don't roll your eyes at me, young man. What did we learn?
Kay turns directly away from Theo and rolls his eyes explicitly.
I grab the
because
back.
it's the opposite of what Theo told him to do, and begrudgingly walks out of the room.
Okay.
But I have no idea what the temple district is, so I probably shouldn't be leading.
I walk up, I grab him by his shoulder, and I go, "Let's go."
Okay.
Even if they can't help you here, there might be someone who can at least take the edge off, and we're gonna go to the temple district.
So you're all heading out of the school?
Yes.
Okay. At that point then, this is where we're going to start our break. So we will be back in about 10 minutes. And then we will continue on our session. So we will be back. Bye. Alrighty, and we are back. That was 10-ish minutes, I think. Something like that. Close enough.
Close enough.
Alrighty, so as you're... I'm assuming you're all together as you're leaving the
Yeah.
school?
We split it after we actually left the school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you're leaving the school, you spot someone standing by the entrance to the school, and you recognize him.
Ah, which one is it?
It's the dwarf.
Okay, that's who I was going to go look for.
And he kind of waves and it's like,
Theioryn, hello!
heard you're back in town.
Yes.
So Inra wants to speak with you. Drop by tomorrow.
Does she want me to bring Kay?
That would be best. You may as well all come along tomorrow. Probably for the best. Worthwhile checking in.
Well, I was about to go look for you. You want to go get a drink?
Oh, fuck yeah. And so I'm assuming you two are heading off to the tavern then?
Yeah, Castaway Tavern.
Is anyone else going with Zugink and
No.
Theioryn to the Castaway?
No.
Okay.
Oh, are you coming with us?
Yeah.
The temple district?
Yeah, I got things to find out.
Fair
So
enough.
you and Third go to the Castaway Tavern, and the whole group ends up walking along together for a fair bit, because you pass the Castaway Tavern on the way to the Temple District.
Mm-hmm.
And as you hit the Castaway Tavern, Third kind of like grabs you and just kind of like drags you on over towards the tavern. He looks at you and is like, "You're getting the first round."
And I like wave at you guys, be like, I might not be sober when you find me.
Responsibly. Just gonna leave.
Don't get so drunk you can't make it to your own bed again.
I made it to a bed, a couch.
Couch, yes.
Remember your role model now.
Bye, Mama Bear!
This is a horrible plan.
I have errors.
Shit.
I can be a role model, but just make him not look when I go drink.
So
We'll just make him roll his eyes repeatedly.
So you head into the tavern. The rest of you are heading up to the temple district.
Mm-hmm.
And as you reach the temple district, by this point you're getting into the evening, like for a bit into the evening. So kind of similar to last time when you were here, there you see people cleaning up and people tending to the flowers and all that. And is there anything specific you are looking for?
Well, I'm going to put my hand on Kay's shoulders. We're going to walk in. I'm going to find a cleric, and I'm going to be like, this is a long shot, and I'm just going to hold up his arm. But does anyone think they can help with this?
Are we gonna do that to every temple?
There's a lot of temples in the temple district.
Are we gonna pick one in particular?
Yeah, are you picking one in particular? Like, is there something specific you're
I'm going to the first one. I'm going in.
Okay.
How can you help? Can you help this wayward child?
And as you walk into that first temple...
There are consequences to our actions.
Why are you looking at me that
What did I do?
You know what you did.
So as you walk into the first temple, you see several very, very muscular looking men.
Oh boy.
Oh my god.
Are they gonna make me do squats for a wig?
Oh, I'm so excited right now.
And you see them like all standing there, and you can see this very large statue, and it's just a waist-up statue of this very, very burly man.
Do I recognize the statue?
Roll me a history check.
Can I try for this, just for shits and giggles? Because I'm here.
13.
Oh.
You do not recognize it.
Oh shit.
Also a 13.
You also definitely don't recognize
Wow, I mean, like, it was a shot in the dark, but, like, I recognize a muscular statue, I'm pretty sure.
But
We don't know who this guy is.
you don't know who this is. But it's like this very muscular looking statue, like bare chested, like very defined, just like in that very kind of pose.
Before, like, if there's any clerics that go up, the first time I'm gonna notice the statue, and I'm gonna go, which god do you serve? To the first cleric that comes up to us.
And as the cleric, well, you assume cleric,
Yeah.
man wearing looser pants and just topless and muscular walks up, and he just reaches his hand out and just as you put your hand up, and he just reaches out and just grabs your hand, turns and shakes your hand, and you can feel a little bit of the sweat on his hand.
Oh.
Still.
Is this a temple or a gym?
It's a temple, little one.
For who?
Sorry, I assumed you knew.
No.
Welcome to the Temple of Boron.
Who's Borum?
Boron is the god of physique.
I grab Kay! I put my hand on Anna, I go, I'm sorry, wrong place. I promptly turn us around and I exit there. And I go, don't look, keep your eyes to yourself.
Bye, super muscular, sweaty guy.
Bye!
I like to think that I just have like a shiver as an opportunity was wasted.
It smelled sweaty in there.
Yes, it did. If we stayed longer, again, we might have to do a squat competition or a pull-up competition, and now our friend Zugink would be very good at that. I am not. So, on our way to the next temple!
So, while we're outside, can I see a Temple of Neuralis?
Roll me a perception check.
Just because it's the only temple in existence I'll recognize, at least in this realm. Oh, I do not.
Was that a 1?
No, it's a 7.
Okay, yeah, you definitely don't see a temple to Neuralis. But as you, are you just going to the next temple, or?
I'm gonna
Are you looking for
I'm
something?
gonna do a scan. And I'm gonna
You're gonna make an educated temple
because the
run?
next thing if I go to another temple and it turns out to be the god of BDSM or some shit, I'm gonna be a bad dad.
This is the temple of Aphrodite. The temple of love and lust. How can we help?
So looking at the different temples, what are you looking for?
I'm
Is kind of like a...
I'm looking for the Red Cross. I'm going, which here is medical? Where's the medic temple? Where's the temple of medicine?
Snakes around the staff.
Where's snakes around the staff? Where's the Swedish cross?
So looking around, roll a perception check, first off.
Can I help?
I'm flustered. I rolled a 7.
Can I attempt
No,
to help?
I rolled a 6.
You can roll now that you...
That's a 12. Getting better.
Okay. Is that just along for the rides?
I'm along for the ride.
Anna's excited now. She's like,
I was like, why aren't we staying?
That seemed nice.
So looking around, you're looking for like anything any kind of symbols that like just scream like healing kind of thing at you. You just get in the back of your head like snakes around a staff, and you do see a temple that has a serpent on the front of it.
Yeah.
You're not seeing anything that has like big red crosses or anything like that on it.
Dang it.
You're still kind of just imagining the large pecs of the men.
I can't get that image out of my head.
I'm just picturing one of them in the gym was just doing that thing where you flex the pecs.
Oh, no, don't talk about that, Kay.
Well, it was really cool.
No, don't talk. No.
It looked great.
You know.
I'm not big though.
Nebios is like, that's like when you go to the Temple of Aphrodite.
And now I
in
have
Assassin's Creed
Kay
Odyssey.
flexing stuck in my head.
Those sex workers.
Oh.
So as you're picturing the nipples,
No.
where are you going to?
I'm going to ask a person on the street. I'm going to go, excuse me.
Okay.
We're new in town. We're trying to find some place that might help us with, curses or sickness, or if you're feeling ill, or you might know which temple. We made a wrong decision already. Do you have an idea where we might go?
A wrong decision in this temple district? What could it have been?
You know what? I'd rather not say.
Oh, fair enough. I think I already know which one you went into.
They were really pretty.
I think I definitely know which one you went into. But if you're looking for some healing, I suppose that you could. Well, I suppose what kind of healing are you needing?
Sickness kind.
Sickness kind. And he like points down the row a little ways, and you see a temple that has just from the angle you're standing, you can see what looks like a person standing there with like a statue out front with a scythe.
Okay.
Where it's like a person holding a scythe. Like, that would be a best bet.
Who's that? Before we go forward.
That is the goddess Lyse. Lyse.
All right. What's she about? Actually, before we continue, can I do like a history knowledge check?
Sure.
See if I know anything about it. Yeah. Is that history?
That would be history.
That is
Actually, I guess this would be religion, technically.
Technically religion? Okay. No. That's 14.
14?
Yeah.
You've heard of Lyse before? And Lyse is it's a major god as opposed to Neuralis, who is a minor.
Yeah.
And it is the two sides of the coin of hell. It's
Oh,
basically
boy!
life and death.
Perfect. That sounds fun.
Well,
K being K is going to begin beelining it for there because apparently this is what we're doing now.
Okay.
So I'm just going to...
And before we take off, I'm going to say, what's your name, sir? Was it a sir?
Yes, it was a sir.
What's your name, sir?
My name's Jimmick.
Jimmick. One more question, because you were so helpful. Is there a Temple of Neuralis here?
Neuralis. Guess you haven't heard of that one.
Okay, thank you. You've been very helpful. And then I will saunter off.
Okay.
I will also saunter off.
Lining it to a statue.
So as you arrived first, because while they were still talking, moseyed off and went full on K mode.
Yeah.
You get there and you walk up to, you walk into the temple, and the inside of the temple is fairly simple. And like there's stone benches, like there's several pillars lining each side of the main hall, and there's benches that are laid out in front of them a few feet. So you can walk behind the benches in between the pillars and all that kind of stuff. And as you're walking in, you see a lady in just a silver robe standing up by the front of the temple, and as the door kind of like clinks as you had opened it, she kind of starts. Oh, welcome.
Hi.
What can I do for you?
Is there a counter? I'm assuming there's like a counter reception desk kind of space, or is it just direct line between me and her and nothing?
Direct line between you and her.
Perfect. I need help with this.
And she walks up and catches. Oh dear, what did you do? Looking at turning your hand and
Not
looking at it.
entirely sure. I walked into a room, it hurt, and this happened. Because it's gay.
I've heard of people stubbing their toes, but I don't think I've ever seen something like this.
Well, it was a really old room that was locked for a really long time.
And she's like looking at it, and I can't say that I've ever seen anything like this. Well, it does vaguely remind me of a virulent plague that I read about in my early years, but the Red Death they called it. Yeah, took root a couple thousand years back, killed about 2 million. Supposedly, the common suggested treatment at the time was wrapping the afflicted area in the intestines of an ettercap.
Oh, what?
An ettercap. There's no, considering how long ago the plague had died out, there's no actual proof of whether it provided any benefit, though that didn't stop the people from trying. People try anything desperate times. But as for what I'd be able to do for this, I can't say that I have any expertise that would be able to assist in this.
Dang, that sucks. Do you know where I could find one of these ettercap things?
If you're looking for an ettercap, I suppose that you'd have to go, probably go into the mountains and go through some of the lower caves.
Is that a creature or a fungus?
Have they caught up?
Yes, they would have caught up by this point. They weren't that far behind you.
That's fair.
But you were just boogieing first. An ettercap is a creature, somewhat spider-like.
Goody.
And they often live within herds of spiders. I don't quite know what a group of spiders is called.
Oh, goody.
Pretty.
I like how the two different reactions. Like, oh no, they're like, yay!
Sorry, Edder or Edter?
ETTERCAP.
Thank you kindly.
But yeah, they're bipedal creatures. They've long claws. They've
Oh.
kind of clunky and lumbering things. Large set of pincers on their face.
I'm gonna assume venomous.
Oh, absolutely. Very much so.
Yeah, what could possibly go wrong?
Are they intelligent beings? Like, I could just be like, hey!
Can we just borrow your intestines for a sec? I'm sorry, that was rude.
Intelligent? I wouldn't say that they're intelligent, but they're not blatantly dumb.
Alright.
Do you have any other suggestions?
Yeah.
Before we decide on that, do you have any other ideas of who might know anything? Is there a hospital with records? You said that this happened about 2,000 years ago.
Yeah. A long time to keep records.
Keep records. There is the general hospital, but I'm not sure what they'd be able to do for an affliction such as this. It's not natural.
Well, right now our only lead is this is your life unless we find a giant spider and a giant spider man.
But, yeah, giant Spider-Man. I'm less intrigued by the man part of this.
And wrap your arm in intestines.
Yeah.
All right
Wow.
then.
Less excited than I was in the beginning.
Well,
Sounds like an adventure.
nope.
You know what? We might be going to the mountains, so if we happen to see one on our way, maybe we can chat it up.
Again, what are we're gonna do? Just go, hi friend, nice to meet you. I just need to...
Well,
Take
Anna
me.
does talk with bees, so
But spiders eat bees.
Not
bees
mine.
actually sometimes eat spiders, but
At the mention of bees, you can feel a little bit of wriggling on like your collar, as like you just feel like Beanard starts to crawl up on top of your head.
I'm gonna grab him and say, where have you been? It's been over like 5 days or something. I sent you on a quick intel mission. Where have you been? And he's gonna... I'm like, you were napping again. Who naps for 4 days? You and I are gonna have words later. And I'm gonna flick his little nose, throw him in the air.
He's gonna swirls around, just lands on your head. You just feel a little bit of a poke in your head and scurries back down to your collar.
Yep.
I have a feeling that if we get Zugink drunk enough, she can sleep for 4 days.
Let's not.
I'd rather not just that either, but that was a thought.
Kay makes a mental note. Kay will remember this.
Gail will remember this. Fuck!
I mean, the rest of you don't know
It is
that.
like having like a toddler, right? When you're like in the room and you like hit your thumb or something and you go fuck, and suddenly they go fuck, and you're like
No.
no,
That has been committed to their memory.
shit, it just spirals out of control.
No, shit. Okay.
Well, yep. This is. We're just gonna have to wait for the professor dude.
I think that's our best lead.
Yep, this is your life now.
Can we get a glove or something for my hand?
Some bandages, maybe.
Something to kind of just... Cause no offense, but I'd
Oh,
rather
I
not...
will be shaving your arm.
I don't want it to happen like
this
every
is your
6 hours.
This is your life now.
Yeah, is there like a gauntlet of feel good or something that'll maybe take some of that pain away?
Feel good.
Oh my goodness! It's just that you wear it and anything you touch just feels good.
No, I meant like a medical gauntlet.
Yeah, that's not what it is now.
I have made the note to make the gauntlet a field good.
You're not allowed to have it. That's not something we.
Do I feel good? Do you feel good?
I'm pretty sure you put it on and whatever is touched by the thing just feels great. That's my guess.
Oh, whoops. All right.
Let's go straight into explicit territory.
We've stated that ages ago. We're just dancing around the topic. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. But I made mention that we now have the need to make the gauntlet feel good.
Shit.
Oh, what would happen if I shot an arrow with the? Would the arrow have the effect of feeling good?
The gauntlet.
Do I heal you with my arrows now?
The
or
gauntlet
did it
feel
just
good.
shot through the heart? And you're like, oh, that was nice. And
You
dropped
get
it.
off a bad day.
Well, I look forward to seeing what Theioryn creates.
Suddenly we nicknamed that gauntlet Jill. Alrighty.
Back.
So, okay. Sorry, are you just gonna chill around in the temple, or what are you doing?
Well, I think the thing we should do is find a way to bandage that up as best as we can, and then head back to the tavern.
Yeah, so, does, ask the patron, the lady person, if they have any bandages or medical stuff that I could acquire.
Anything we can use to suppress the symptoms in the meantime,
or purchase, just so that we can wrap my hand in something that isn't the blistery cuts of my previous shaving attempts.
If you want, you can do it yourself.
Let me try something.
I don't have a knife.
I could borrow. I have one. I have two.
Can I? I have daggers. I don't have knives.
I have
Same
a
thing.
knife. I have a small.
No, same difference.
I have 2 daggers and a small knife. I can definitely lend you something.
Maybe we should
Or you
go
can
to
try-
a blacksmith and see if I can find proper shaving equipment.
Do you
Just
have
find a straight razor.
Yeah, just straight.
So, as you're asking her basically if they have any kind of medical supplies?
Do you have medical supplies I can...
Anything we can use to
acquire. Purchase.
slow this down.
Well, I'm not able to sell anything from our stores, but if you go down to the general market, they should have... Ask them for a healer's kit. That will contain like bandages, salves, splints. That should help tend to it, and at least provide you with something you can use for a while.
That might be a good thing to do anyway if we need to pick up anything extra, since it seems like we might, considering... Well, I guess we should wait till we meet up with Zugink, but...
Well, is the market on the way to the tavern?
No.
Okay.
You'd hit the tavern before you hit the market.
Okay. And then my next question is, how late is it?
But this point is getting fairly late.
So the market probably won't be open at this point then anyways.
There'd probably be a few shops open, but you have no idea what shops might be open.
Cool. So... to the bar!
You are too young to drink.
In what dimension?
My dimension. This dimension. The only dimension that matters. You are too young to drink.
Who died and made you my dad?
I did. You did. The moment that you gave yourself a cursed plague arm.
But I'm not dead yet.
No, but
You might be.
you might be.
Not for lack of trying.
Not for lack of trying. You will be soon. Possibly.
Can we at least then get a bed so I can sleep?
Oh, there's definitely going to be a bed coming. Just letting you know that with that arm, you're definitely not drinking.
With the arm is clearly the problem in this scenario, not the
Absolutely.
person consuming the beverage.
Oh. Until you've proven.
Says the one who's been cutting his hand open repeatedly.
He keeps flinching.
I don't even do anything. I'm not even allowed to make a constitution save. You guys just cut open my hand on repeat.
I keep giving images of men flexing in my head.
I'd say that's not my fault, but it absolutely is. So, are you heading to the tavern then?
I will. Yeah. I'll be like, I'm gonna go
Yeah,
find
the other two,
Zugink.
are you following along?
Yeah, I'll come along.
This was fun and productive. Sort of.
Wait a minute. You wanted to stop somewhere, didn't you? At the temple?
You know, the one guy didn't really recognize any Neuralis kind of places, and I'm going to take his word for it. I didn't see any when I was coming through here.
We can always check a library.
It's true.
I've done that I've already done that beforehand.
No.
But for tonight, we should maybe get some rest.
Let's rest.
So you all head down to the tavern?
Yeah.
Apparently.
Alrighty. So you and Thurig are sitting in the tavern, and while you're drinking, he challenges you to an arm wrestle. He's like, let's give it another go.
Yeah, always.
So strength check.
Oh.
What'd you get?
8.
So you're struggling against his potion. He's like, dunk. Oh, you're losing your touch.
It's been a stressful week. I need to get some of this built up stuff out. Arm wrestle just isn't enough.
Built up stuff out, you say? I don't be thinking I'm the one to help you with that.
You need to go to temporal. Aphrodite, Mom.
Boy, do we have a temple for you.
I need to punch something.
Again,
Moves.
we have a temple for you.
Are you're drinking as well, I'm guessing?
Yes.
Okay, roll me a Constitution saving throw.
I like to think I'm like a gold lighter and drunk, but I just rolled a 23.
So the booze hasn't quite kicked in yet. But you two are sitting there and just gossiping. And is there anything you want to anything in particular you want to ask? Anything in particular you want to do aside from punch things?
Nah, just kind of general guard chatter, just experience I'd had and some experiences he had.
Okay. Do you tell him at all about your
Not that
adventure?
experience. No.
You don't tell him about going out to the wolves or anything like that?
Oh, to the wolves and that stuff? Nah.
Okay. So you're chatting, just casual chatter, just catching up. It's still been quite a while since you actually got to spend much time with him. And after a while, you hear the door clang open. Welcome to the Custaway Tavern. What can I get you? As these three come strolling in.
I'd ask for beer or mead, but no, I'm too young.
He'll take milk.
Did I notice they came in? Or who it was?
Roll me a perception check.
That is a 7.
You hear Grimace shouting out to a group coming in, but he does that whenever people are walking in, so you've stopped paying any attention to it. The rest of you coming in, you can easily see the Bugbear just looming above, looming above everyone else's. But Grimace is watching you as you're all walking in.
Yeah.
He's a boisterous dwarf, and
That's the guy that I learned how to say, "I'm Annah, first round's on me," right?
Thurig taught you that.
Thurig. Okay, so this is just a different dwarf.
Well, Thurig is the one who
He's the one
Zugink
at the
is
table
drinking with.
Okay.
But Grimace is the bartender.
Is the bartender. Okay, I'm
He's
gonna...
the orange-bearded dwarf.
Right. So I'm not going to go up to him, I'm going to go up to Thurig, so I'm going to go up to their table, because I presume I can see them, since...
Yeah, you spot Zugink right away. Even as short as you are, just that peripheral upward slope.
Okay, and I'm going to saunter up to the table and find a free chair to jump up on.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, can you teach me another thing in Dwarven? Dwarvish? Dwarven?
Dwarven.
Yeah.
And he just smiles. What do you want to learn?
I want to learn how to say, I'm Anna. Let's arm wrestle.
And he kind of motions you to come closer. And he whispers in your ear and smiles and nods at you.
And then I try it out, so I take what I just learned and
Repeat it.
back to him.
And so, as you say it, you speak Dwarven, I believe.
I certainly
But I do not know that.
Nobody knows that I speak Dwarven.
And essentially what you said, what you say back to him, it's a little bit off considering that you don't have the same kind of natural inflections. But you hear Anna say, "I'll fucking beat you in an arm wrestle, bitch."
Arms down. And I all smiles and just
I just go. Oh, sorry, it's really dry in here.
So I've noticed they've come in at this point.
Oh yeah, they're at your table.
Yeah, I go, "K!" And I look at Red Bearded Dwarf and I go, "Round for the boy on me."
No, that's a big no.
I want you to roll me a strength check for your arm wrestle, because as soon as you say, he slams his arm to arm wrestle you.
okay. Anna's strength is hilarious. It's actually negative. Alright, so I rolled a 4. I got a 4.
So Zugink, as Anna slams down her arm and goes to an arm wrestle, Thurig slumps his hand down, and you just watch as Anna just goes, boom, and slams his hand back, and he just looks at you and is like, sure you can do it, what the fuck is wrong with you?
What?
He
He
faked
faking it? Aw, what a pal.
Can I do an insight check?
Sure.
No,
Suddenly, Anna's like
that
really
is,
strong, you guys.
That person.
that is
While this is happening, because
Yeah, Zugink can yell.
Yeah, that's a
someone
5.
screamed, "Order me beer."
Yep.
Theioryn's trying to stop the bartender.
Yeah,
Can
I know.
Sleight of hand to see if I can drink some of the Bugbear's beer instead.
I
'Cause
legit, like, any beer that he slide, I go, no! And I
wanna
redirect it.
absolutely want to spell sleight of hand this to see if I can do it.
Okay, so as Grimace is coming over and he's got a couple of mugs of ale.
No! Grievous, no!
Well, but
So I want you to roll me a perception check with disadvantage.
Oh, son of a bitch!
Because you're more fixated on Grimace, and I want you to roll me a sleight of hand check.
Okay. Well, let's see how this goes. Oh, it's 9.
So
Beats my 4!
as soon as Theioryn turns around to look at Grimace and wave off the beers, and as soon as you just reach out, grab Zugink's,
I just want to chug whatever's there.
chug it.
I like to think I just ordered a beer and I watched this and I'm just like, hey, I just ordered another one.
Well, you said bring one for the boy. It just so happens that I'm taking yours instead.
Yeah, so you just get that one.
Because I was told I wasn't allowed
I
to.
want you to make me a Constitution save.
I would absolutely.
It would have been better if Zugink was drinking Kraken.
Oh,
That's a 10.
10.
I'm probably feeling something.
Yeah, you take that swig back and you set down the tankard back in front of Zugink, and you're just kind of like, it's like I don't know what's the problem. I don't know why this is. Oh, okay, there we go. And you take that couple moments, and you just get that feeling of like your body is moving slow. But everything else is
It's
going
the
quick.
thing you do when you first get tipsy and you're like.
Exactly. And as you turn back around, you now see
Kay giggling.
Kay giggling, and the tankard that's now kind of just sitting on its side on the table. There's no more ale in it, and Zugink, you're taking the tankard and setting it down in front of you.
I love how I'm playing my parents against each other. This is great.
really? You're gonna give the plague boy a... You're gonna let... You know what?
He took a drink. I swing mine back.
Okay, roll me at the Constitution save.
Come on, 1. That's a natural 20.
You are sober as fuck. This is not even phasing even the least.
Water? I think it might as well be. Okay.
At this point, I'm gonna stand up and I look at my dwarf friend and I'm like, Thurig, you tried to make a fool of me. I bet I can take you in a... Well, what's it called? Wrestle. I guess it'd be a wrestle.
Oh!
Yeah.
But not,
Just not like a punching fit, but like more than an arm wrestle. Yeah.
Yeah, which would probably you'd need outside.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah. I'll definitely go outside.
You're gonna
for
sumo
that.
wrestle the dwarf.
I think there's a temple you can do that in.
Really?
Yeah, like some fizzy
first one on
god.
First one on your left.
Thurig, you know what temple they're talking about?
Oh, you bet your fucking ass I do.
This sounds fun.
I'm the only out
He grabs another, he grabs a tankard and just downs it as... He's like, we going?
Outside.
Not to the temple.
Not to the temple, just outside. So
Fine.
so your friend here doesn't kick us out.
And so he gets up and he heads outside, and so it's going to be your athletics versus his.
Okay. That's better. That's better.
Dad seems
I'm
so
just
impressed.
like, master
I'm just giggling so
in heaven.
much.
Is anyone watching?
is a
Today
nice-
I've learned that the guard is a bad influence and will lead the young man
Do
down
you
a
ever see
path
what
of
guards do
insolence.
after their shift?
I will bear witness to this
You're
before I go to
gonna go
bed.
out and watch?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a 19.
I'm the only adult here.
So the two of you get ready. You're just kind of doing that circling back and forth, and then you both kind of rush, and you reach down. You get your hands on his shoulders, but he right away ducks under and gets his arm wrapped around your arms wrapped around your waist and your legs a bit.
Ooh, lower
And
center grab.
you're pushing against each other. You also have a 19, so you're even to start. Roll me another athletics.
Not as good. An 11.
As you are trying to reach around to try and grab and get a better hold, he's kind of hunkering up and trying to lift you up a bit off the ground, and you can feel your heels leaving the ground a little bit. He had a 12, so he's just a little bit ahead of you. Roll another one.
Oh, that's a 7.
7. As he starts getting that little bit of a pushback, he got a 10. So you're sliding back a little bit. He's underneath you and just pushing you along. And give one more.
Come on. That is a 12.
And he just reaches up and just grabs and pushes. He starts letting himself kind of push back, and just because you had been pushing against him so much, the sudden him leaning back just takes you off balance, and you go head over kettle over top of him, and end up on the ground.
What did you get that time?
That time he had 16. And he turns and kind of you going soft.
Might need to go to that temple.
We'll take you there another time.
I go back in and 2 more!
I'm getting everybody up at the crack of dawn.
Also, is there a room available in this tavern? I don't think I'm leaving.
Is there rooms available this time?
There are rooms available this time.
Woot.
How much?
Perfect. I don't think I'm gonna care. I'm going to bed. Was great seeing all of you, and Kay is just going to walk upstairs.
I'm just gonna casually follow him to make sure he goes into a room
That's empty.
that's empty.
It's 2 gold per night per person.
Okay.
So everyone's staying in the castaway for the night?
Yep.
Oh, you know it.
Alrighty. And is everyone going to bed at this point?
I'm
Well,
drinking.
you're drinking. But you're drinking until you end up in a drunken stupor and probably stumble your way to
Yes,
a room.
until I stumble up.
So you're paying for your night now.
Yeah, I did pay for it.
Yeah. I'm gonna make sure that Kay gets to bed.
Oh.
Then I'm gonna come back down.
Also, Zugink, write off another probably 2 gold worth of booze that you ended up drinking.
Yeah.
2 gold after this point?
After the room.
Okay, because I'd already written off the gold. So,
Oh, if you've already written off 1 gold, then just write off 1 more.
oh, 1 more. Okay, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 gold for your binge of drinking in total.
I expect Kay to walk into a room, casually trip over his own step, and flop onto a bed and be unconscious, with crazy cursed arm dangling off the edge of the bed, and just being face first onto pillow, arm being raw, and out like a light.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna go in, take off his boots, roll him over, and then friggin' pull the blanket up, and then I'm gonna just leave.
Okay.
I'm gonna when I leave and go, just so you know,
Do we
you're getting
ever-
up early, and I'm gonna close the door.
Do we have our own rooms, or are we sharing rooms?
What are you doing? Are you grabbing your own rooms?
Are they single rooms or are they double rooms?
If you're, it's two gold per person per night. If you are willing to grab 1 room and just crash in it, they've got bigger rooms.
Okay.
But it all averages out to about 2 silver per person.
We can do
2 gold per person.
We can do boys and girls.
That's kind of what I was mentally expecting.
Yeah.
Was this there are 2 twin beds in a room?
Yeah.
Standard RPG trope.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we can do boys and girls.
So you 2 are crashing together.
Yeah.
Are
I'm
you
crashing
in
in
bed,
my
or are
own
you
room at
staying
some
up and
point.
drinking? with
Oh
Zugink?
no, I'm going to bed. If I'm bunking with Zugink,
Okay.
you can take the gold back and I'll just pay for the room.
Well, I mean,
Because I
I paid for
Yeah,
my own
it's still
room.
still two gold per
okay,
person.
right, to stay. That's
Yeah.
right.
I specifically paid for one for myself, so if I go in and like throw up, I don't have to deal with anyone else.
All right, I will
Cool,
take
so-
my own room.
Yeah,
Single, and you two
Hey.
are crashing together.
Yeah, because Theo doesn't trust me alone, apparently.
I know.
That's fair.
Anna has proven to be, capable. Zugink is Zugink.
I'm capable in force.
Zugink is the
and
one
with
where
bow.
it's like, if you wanted to stop me from doing something...
I could not.
Can't say
I could not
capable,
stop
okay.
you.
Exactly.
Huh?
Can't say capable without K.
Oh god.
All right, so I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
How bad's your hangover?
Not a 1.
What is it?
It's a 2, so with Constitution, that's 4.
Okay.
So, I probably should have eaten something first. That's
I
what
should
I'm
have
learning.
put you in the recovery position.
Well, I don't know if I.
Was that con for your hangover or for the crystal?
That's a solid question. I don't know. He asked for Constitution.
Ask for cons.
Now, granted, he's asked for Constitution every night so far that I've gotten cursed, so it's likely this, and it's probably just gonna suck a whole lot later, or it's gonna spread. But who knows?
We'll find out.
in the morning.
Oh, yeah, in the morning. So, over the course of the night, you get thoroughly verschnickered.
Yes.
Eventually, the booze eventually just kicks in, and you're just like, oh.
And that's where it was.
That's where it was. And then you mosey off. You ended up in bed. You two crash together for the night. You have your own room, and the night goes by, and you've meditated for your 4 hours. And you're up nice and early, and
Yep. Sure am.
to start waking people up. And
I go over to Kay and I just pull back the blankets and I go, "How you feeling, champ?"
Do I know the answer to that question?
roll me a con save.
19.
You don't have a hangover.
Why? Jeez.
Because our choices have consequences.
You've
And we have a medical kit to retrieve. And we also have to go talk to your parole officer. So let's go. Come on, up, let's go. Do your hair and brush your teeth. I'm going to find Anna and Zugink.
Kay sarcastically gets up, goes to wash his hands, brush his teeth, and instead of doing his hair, because he has no idea what that is, he goes, seems fine.
Yep.
And casually walks downstairs.
Okay.
I'm assuming that's where we're meeting everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, so you head downstairs. As you were getting dressed, you're kind of looking at your hand and the corruption that is there, and the barbs have grown more over the course of the night than they had on previous nights, as well as it seems to be spreading up your arm a bit.
Cool. Are they long enough to braid?
No, they're also rigid. So good
damn.
luck braiding those.
Challenge.
That'd be like trying to braid forks.
That's perfectly fine. If they're on my skin, I can crisscross them. I can tie them up with wire.
They're also
I
next to your
can
bones.
fashion them into armor on my arm. Just have a cursed set of armor growing out of my body. And I don't know.
Till Daddy Theo cuts them off.
He didn't notice this morning, so Kay is
I'm
going
not there yet. Trust me, it's on my mind.
So Kay is going to make sure that his arm guard things, because if we remember character portrait, are
Yep.
there, casually covering some of them, so you only see the ones that everyone's seen on my hands currently.
Okay.
I'm going to Zugink's door now and I'm knocking on it. Dun 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 dun.
Roll me a con
Zugink,
save.
are you throwing up in there?
That is a 10.
You have a hangover. You're not throwing up, but your head is pounding.
Yeah, I get up. I'm like,
And so is the door.
yeah, I'm like, bum, 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 bum. Yep. This This is my fault.
Are we regretting our life choices in there?
Not regretting, but just kind of acknowledging that, I can't complain.
Yes.
And I get up, and I open the door, and I'm like, yes.
We have to go to the general market and pick up a medical kit.
I'd like to go to the general market.
To pick up a medical kit.
Not to pick up a medical kit, but I'd like to pick up supplies.
Also, I think we should go see Kay's parole officer.
Yes, that's the thing we're going to do today as
Yes.
well.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a minute. It takes me a few minutes to put on my armor.
Do you need a hangover cure?
No, that should be fine.
Okay, that's great, because I don't have one. Our
the-
choices have consequences, and I go down to
It always
Does the
takes
tavern
10
have
minutes to
breakfast?
put on my armor. That's not a me drunk thing. It takes me
No.
10 minutes to put it on.
No, I'm just straight up saying I don't have a hangover cure. Your choices have consequences, and I go to Anna's door.
Because I like to think that I'm up already.
Okay.
There was no drinking. Went straight to bed after.
Yeah, you can be up and sober and moving about. And
How much is breakfast at said tavern?
4 silver,
Okay.
and that would get you like some pancakes, sausage, bacon,
ooh.
stuff like that.
Cool. Yeah, I will gladly pay that.
And
Based on that assumption, because assuming she was up by the time I meandered downstairs, I'll join her for breakfast.
okay. So as you're going through and you're like chowing down, like there's like the dwarf behind the counter is different dwarf. Anna, you had seen him last time you were here. When you were trying to find Zugink the morning after, when you were in Ramadodo previously. So you know that there's the 2 different bartenders, basically
Okay.
your day shift and your night shift.
Okay.
And so it's the day shift guy, and he's a bit more sullen, a bit more just kind of groggy and grumpy as he's cooking away. And yeah, he's got some various things for breakfast. Mostly he's making like pancakes and sausage and bacon and stuff like that. But so you and Kay both sit down and start having a meal, and despite the amount of drinking and the very potent smell of ale the night prior, the tavern actually smells quite clean.
Someone here working here knows prestidigitation.
So as you two are eating, eventually you two come down as well, and you find them happily chowing away on breakfast.
I'll order breakfast, but then I'll go over to Kay and I'll grab his arm, and I'll look at it from what I can see.
So the normal spines that
Did-
have been growing every day.
Yep.
So we should probably do another thing, but we should probably do it after we get a medical kit.
I'm in support of getting a medical kit.
Do they hurt?
Plink, plink, plink. They feel weird. Not pain, but like an extension of my arm. It's kind of weird. They don't feel like anything, but they're just kind of here now.
Yeah, it's not inflicting active pain on you, but they're definitely there.
Yeah, it's just a thing that it's like, I'm evolving.
Cursed arm. Okay then. Well,
Backhand someone with spiky arm.
yeah. I will
Probably.
order breakfast.
Okay, so 4 silver from you as well.
Yeah.
And then
I will also get breakfast.
okay,
Alright.
so everyone's relaxing and they're enjoying their breakfast. As you finish up, you see this plump little dwarven lady. She's going around. She's got her thick leather apron on as she's walking around gathering empty dishes off the counter or off the tables and bringing them over and pass them off to the dwarf behind the counter. And as she goes back to the table, she's pulling out this rag. You just watch, like, just single swipes across the table as like it's just leaving this nice polished sheen behind. She's cleaning up the tables, and so what are people doing now that you've eaten and ready?
I think we should head to the market real quick.
The market's first.
Yeah. Head to the market first. Pick up anything that we might be missing.
I'll let Beanard have a couple licks of syrup off my fork. And then I'm gonna ask the dwarven lady that's come by and say, what family are you from? If you don't mind my asking.
Oh, I'm from the Brewsters.
Tell me about them.
Well, Virgo points to the guy behind the counter. He's my husband. Him and his brother Grimus, they adventured for quite a number of years and then decided that they wanted to spend their much earned wealth and settle down, made a tavern here in Amadodel, and met them, and Grimus made a pass at me. I went after his brother, and rest is history.
As one does. Do you know anybody from the Stoneforge or Diveneer family? I'm saying that wrong, aren't I?
Dogneer?
Dogneer.
Well, Dogneer is a city, not a family.
Ah, dang it. Okay, never mind. All sorts of...
We're learning about
Dogneer,
dwarves.
Stoneforge.
Okay. Then I don't say that, and I'm just like, alright, I'm gonna go. Thanks for the chat.
So you're heading to the...
Yeah, we'll head to the general market.
Okay. So as you get to the general market, like it's a whole bunch of like stalls and all that kind of stuff set up. And Anna, you're accustomed to this style thing. You dealt well with this when you were selling your mead down in Ithanier.
Yep.
And you see various merchants like kind of calling out, selling their goods, trying to get people to come over and all that kind of stuff.
So Kay is going to look for 3 things, whether or not he finds them all. One of which, person selling healing kits.
Okay.
2 of which, specialty knives. Or something to properly like shave my hands with, like straight razors, things like that.
Okay.
And then potentially some piece of armor or equipment that I could use to cover my arm, just because walking around with awkwardly looking spikes growing out of my arm might be inconspicuous, so at least having this arm protected will also have something to protect me with fighting. See if there's something we can find while we're there. Yeah.
Okay.
But that's what I will be looking for as we shop.
Okay. Anna, is there anything in particular you're looking for while you're shopping?
While I'm shopping, a tent.
Tent?
Just a rolly upable tent.
Multi-person or single?
Single, I'm tiny.
And I'll add a tent to my list as well because that's a solid plan. Because I don't think any of us have anything to protect us from the weather outside right now. I mean, one of you meditates in the trees, and
Yeah.
I mean, you have fur.
I joined a caravan for a reason.
Okay, so Kay wanted a tent, medical kit, knife set, and an arm guard. Anna, you were looking for a tent, and what else? Was there anything else in particular that you were like, this is things I should get?
No, not off the top of my head.
Okay, Theioryn.
I'd also like a healer's kit, but I think one of us should also pick up like cooking utensils or a cooking kit. Do you have that?
Yeah, I have an assortment of kitchen stuff.
You have an assortment of kitchen stuff, but I also think a tent would be a good idea.
I mean, I do have a mess kit as well.
I also have a mess kit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mess kit is basic,
Basic cooking shenanigans.
Yeah. So I don't.
camping cooking shit.
Yeah.
Specifically.
Yeah.
Well, good enough.
Yeah.
I don't have a mess kit.
Okay.
So for some reason I didn't get one because I'm a.
Oh, it's probably because you took the scholars bag.
Yeah,
I think the scholars bag's the only one that doesn't have it.
Yeah. It's because I have the scholar's bag. Yeah.
So you're wanting a healer's kit, mess kit, a tent, anything else in particular that you're like, this is
for-
something I should grab?
For now, I think that's good.
Okay, and Zugink.
I want to grab a tent. I also want to try to find hunter's traps. And the more weird thing I'd like to get is a donkey. To carry all this stuff that I don't want to carry.
And a donkey.
Can we
Yes.
name the donkey?
With feed if I can find a donkey.
Wait, what?
Like donkey feed if I can find the donkey.
if you find the donkey, you want
Food.
Food for it.
She wants
yes.
to eat it.
I don't want to eat the donkey.
No, don't eat. Can we name?
Okay, so so are you traveling together as you're going through the markets? Or are you splitting up?
We're gonna split up and search for clues, gang.
I'm happy splitting up. I kind of just get there and be like, where do we want to meet back up?
We'll figure it out.
The end of the street at, what time of day is it right now?
It's early morning.
Early morning. End of the street by mid-afternoon?
I think that's a little late.
I think it was thinking lunch.
Thinking
Oh,
lunch.
at lunch?
Yeah.
Is there any good lunch places here?
I'm sure we'll find something. We'll hit the, the little cafe at the end of the street. Maybe it'll be... Anyway, yes. Meet here. Meet at the end of the
Food place,
street.
end of street.
Meet
Got it.
food place, end of street for lunch.
Just stay there until everyone shows up.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to get everyone to roll me a investigation check.
Oh, yeah.
With advantage.
Investigation check with advantage.
That's exciting.
19.
I need to do math.
Wait, I don't think I have a bonus to my investigation.
I have to check if I do or not. I don't. It's 13.
I rolled
13, 19...
19.
13.
And Anna?
Nat 20 for 22.
Well, we know someone finding the very
Yeah.
small amount of items that they
Yeah.
wanted.
10.
Well, I got a 19.
Okay.
Yeah, you have fun raising that donkey.
Did I put it in here?
Well,
I did
wow.
not.
Well, it should be an already trained donkey. I just need to follow us.
And to run away in combat and not get
No, I'm not going to
murdered.
bring it into combat.
If we get raided on at a camp, it's gonna be present.
True. But, it's also only 8 gold.
I'm having flashbacks of donkeys just stubbornly not moving.
At least in the book, unless we have a different price.
Or kicking.
That's what I was looking at.
Or
Yep.
scooting under fences. When I was in Mexico once, there was a donkey with a helmet on. To
I
protect
wanted
his
to
head
get a
from
horse,
falling
but
debris.
horses are 50, and I don't have 50.
No.
That's also super expensive.
So, as you are all milling about, okay, you do manage to find a tent, you
Yeah.
find a medical kit, you find a knife set, you are not able to find an arm guard.
Son of a bitch. Okay. So I got tent, med.
Gonna have to wrap your arm like the plague child you are.
Yeah, so it's 2 gold for the tent, the medical kit is 3 gold, I believe it was,
And knife set.
and the knife set, and the knife set is going to be 3 gold.
Okay.
And that's for a nice knife set.
Yes, because fancy knives are the way that Kay is going to attempt to shave himself, because everyone else keeps harming me.
And before Kay accidentally cuts off his hand on the first try.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, shink! I guess those knives are sharper than I thought. Anna, you beeline. You find a lovely tent. It's not like just a regular tent. It's a nice small one. It was originally made more so for halflings, but you're like, this is perfect. So the tent that you found is half the weight of a regular tent.
Okay.
It's a healer's kit, yes?
Yes.
2 gold, I presume, for this tent as well?
Yeah. Yeah. Still the same cost, but it's made of lighter material and it's more compact.
Excellent.
Theo,
Yes.
you do find the 3 things on your list.
Yeah.
They're all very common items to be able to obtain.
Fucking A.
Whereas you didn't get your arm guard because that was a bit more of a unique item to be hunting.
Nope, that's entirely fair.
How much does that cost me?
The healer's kit was 3 gold. The healer's kit is 5 gold.
Okay.
Mess kit is 2 silver, and the tent is 2 gold.
Awesome.
Zugink. Your tent is 2 gold.
Mm-hmm.
The hunter's traps
Are
are
5.
5 gold
I'd
a
like to get
piece.
2 if I could.
Okay, those are 25 pounds a piece.
Mm-hmm. It's the reason I wanted the donkey. I can also carry a lot myself.
As for finding a donkey, within the city, you're not actually finding any, especially in the general market, you're not finding any vendors that are selling animal.
Do I
Like-
hear
like pack
anywhere
animals.
can I ask around about it and see if anyone knows like outside the city where I could find one?
Yeah, with your role for your investigation, like, you ask around as you're going through, and you do hear mention of people being like saying that some of the like outside of the city on the western side of the city, there's a bunch of stables there, and you may be able to rent or buy a animal there.
Okay, so that's where I want to go look. After we all meet up, because
Yeah.
that sounds like it'll be a bit more of a jaunt than...
Yeah, it takes you a while to get there and back, because you're currently on like the southern, or not. You're on the northeastern end up in here.
Okay, so I found the 2 other things, though, so I spent 12 gold.
Yeah. So as you've gone perusing through, you've procured various items, and as the morning starts running its end, you head over and you find a nice little, kind of like a mom and pop shop type of restaurant down by the end of the block. And you go, and there's old lady and an old man in there, and the old lady just standing behind the counter, she's cooking away and barking orders at the old man, and he go off into the back room to retrieve other ingredients and such. And as
Actually, just... I'm not going to go looking for a donkey. I just realized my carrying capacity is 500 pounds.
Right.
Yep, carrying capacity when you're a strength-based character is ridiculous.
Especially when you have the
'Cause what-
extra thing for being a bugbear that doubles it.
Yep.
Oh, I should look. I should look to see where I can find that.
Your strength? Or your carrying capacity?
If you go
What's
to
your strength?
equipment at the top left, it says weight carried, and if you click on it, it tells you how much you can carry.
Or you can just tell me what your strength is.
Or multiply your strength by 50.
Oh,
I think
okay.
that's what-
I know what it is. Never mind.
Okay.
I found it. That was easy. Yeah, I can't carry nearly as much as you. Jeez. No.
Bugbear OP?
Where's your carrying
I mean,
capacity?
the bugbear could lift
equipment.
me and still have carrying capacity with my entire carrying capacity.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So as everyone like gradually convenes in the mom and pop shop, and
Oh, dearie, what can I be getting for you?
What's on the menu?
Well, it's getting into lunch. We got some of the basics. You got some burgers, some sandwiches, soups, chili, pasta, fish. Well, what are you interested in?
Soup, please.
What kind of soup do you looking for?
Veggie.
Veggie soup. Alrighty, I can get you that.
Yay.
I will take the veggie soup as
Pasta!
well.
What kind of pasta you got?
Well, we got a.
fuck, I can't remember the name of the different pastas are. Curly noodles.
Can I? No.
Sure.
No.
Penne. We
No,
got
it's
spaghetti.
It's probably rotini.
Rotini.
We have rotini. Yeah.
We got a whole bunch of rotini on right now.
Is there meat in it?
We can get a meat sauce for you. That's not a problem.
Yes, double the meat.
Well, it's gonna be the same sauce, but
What's the house special?
the house special.
Well, we got Merlin's a fish, right?
I believe so.
Fish. Marlin, that's what it's called.
Marlin.
Marlin. The sailfish.
We bought a nice big marlin this morning.
Sure.
Guess there's a port.
Yep. And so she goes barking off orders to the old man. He goes toting into the back and returns a little bit later with some platters of food and passes it to her. And she starts grilling those up and cooking those up. And after about 6 or so minutes, she toadies on over and passes you the various meals. And the fish itself has been kind of seared on the grill, but it has a very, very sweet taste to it. Not as fishy as you might have been expecting, and it just kind of like melts in your mouth as you eat it.
How much for the soup?
The soups would be 2 silver.
Easy. Okay.
Your fish is 4 silver, and your pasta is 4 silver as well. Yeah, the soup, it's got a variety of like garden vegetables in there. You've got some of your peas, you've got your peas, carrots, stuff like that, all mixed in a very, very simple broth initially. But like you take a bit of a sip of it, and then after like a few seconds, you just get that bit of a kick of spice, and just kind of like initially it's like, oh, this isn't. I thought this might be. Oh, there's the spice, and it kind of just kicks you in the shin as you.
Right in the shin. That's great. I'm actually kind of hungry now. All right.
And the pasta, very, very, very simple pasta. Just cooked up pasta. You got the various colored noodles, and as you kind of like mix in with the sauce, and you take a bite, and it's like grilled hamburger mixed in with this like tomato-based sauce, and it's just you'd requested extra meat, so it's a fair bit heavier of a pasta sauce than what you think you might have been getting initially, but it just like very warm, just very all flows nicely together. The sauce, especially with the extra meat, is nice and thick, so it's not like running across your plate or anything like that.
That's good food.
So,
sorry.
go ahead.
Did you guys find everything?
Yeah.
Yes.
I've had a successful shopping trip.
As you see, there's just like 2 traps dangling off my back.
Oh god.
I got most of what I needed.
So there's just one thing we have to do in the city, right? One
Yes. We just have to go talk to Zugink's friends at the guard. At the
Yes, we need to go talk to...
The mean
Imra.
lady.
She's not mean just because
She's sitting there
threw
going like,
you
mean
into
lady.
jail.
I just have like hearts floating through my eyes.
So mean.
She's only mean because you committed a crime.
She's the worst.
If you don't commit any crimes, she won't be mean.
She's still the worst. You should have heard the other guards talking about her behind her back. Man, nobody likes her. She's
I like
so mean.
I was going to say, yeah, Zugink likes her.
Who?
Zugink.
Who's Zugink?
Mama Bear.
Mama Bear.
Oh, okay. Well, to each their own.
I like her. So does Annah. Why do you have to be the odd one out, Kay?
Well, Theo, you're wrong. And Anna, she's mean. Just saying.
Anyway.
You can make your own choice.
Wait, come on,
Annah.
Kay. We have to go see her anyway.
But fine.
But-
Kay does that, like, teenager tantrum where she just...
Harumphs.
As we're walking out, he's just like, under his breath, this is fucking bullshit.
Kay doesn't know how to swear in common yet.
Yes.
Just swears in Sylvan.
Just swears in Sylvan. It's fucking bullshit.
So just throwing it out there, we can walk towards the parole officers. We're doing this. We don't have to do it in the cafe. I want to head to the mountains, and I don't expect any of you to have to follow me. But I think that's where my next lead is, because we're leaving this orb thing with the college, right?
Yes.
So that is in their hands until they...
So you wish to find the dwarf?
You're going to Stonehall, correct?
Correct.
Well, and I think that makes sense. I need to go maybe look for what was the thing called?
Ettercaps.
One of those. They're in the mountains too, so maybe that'll help my problem. I don't know, but it's the only lead I got, and it's the same direction.
Okay, so it sounds like Kay's in.
I promise to help you see your revenge through.
I'm determined to see this through as well.
So mountains, we're all on the same page here after parole officer.
Well, let's see what parole officer has to say.
Fair enough. All right.
Still go to the
we
mountains,
did,
so
we did
don't
have
to
her
deal with
looking into stuff for us, so that might be why they summoned us.
Okay, here's hoping.
So as you all head over to the guard outpost, and as you enter in, you see the old lady sitting there at the counter, very, very happily, just reading away. She's onto a new book.
Can we perception check and see which book she's reading this time?
Sure, give me a perception check.
22.
I think that's a 15. Nope, that is a 16.
A 16?
Yep.
Okay. So you
Please
see the
tell me it's a
title.
Harlequin romance novel. So desperately wanted to be one.
You look over and like you've never heard of this book before. You never read it, but the book is The Tale of Sir Joffrey, Part 1.
Oh.
Tail.
Of Sir Joffrey.
Tail.
No,
Okay.
Tale.
Haven't we heard of this book before? This sounds familiar.
Roll a history check.
I know shit all. That is a 7.
Did you say that to me? Like to Anna?
Can I curiously roll just to see?
No, that was
just to
that
see
was
if
Jamie.
I crit and know something about this.
Sure.
I don't actually. I crit fail, so I really don't
Was that
know.
those ones? Okay, we're up to 3 1s. It's not as bad as last time.
I know. We had more 3s in this game
Yep. Yeah, Belle had how many?
Enough.
in a row.
Enough.
Like statistically implausible amount.
But yeah, you don't quite remember if you've read anything about this book or heard anything about this book before. The title might sound a bit familiar, but you're not entirely sure.
Yeah, like to Jamie, this book's title sounds familiar. Jamie thinks she's heard of this book before. She's not sure where. Could have been a Zeffie. She's not sure.
Possibly. But aside from her reading the book, you also see several guards, much more regal in like ornate silver armor, standing around Inra and talking with her. Very, very serious expressions on their faces.
This is about the incident at the gate where I accidentally reached for a weapon. I promise that was not...
They're new.
And she looks over and she sees the group and she kind of like holds up her hand to the guards who are talking. She's like, "Gentlemen, I'll be right back. I have something to tend to." And she strolls over. She's on par with your height. It's at over 6 feet tall. And she dwarfs you.
Thank everyone.
Yep.
She turned you into a dwarf? That's impressive.
But she's like, "How's he been? And motioning to you, is like, did he prove himself useful in your endeavor?"
Yes, he was quite useful, though, I just pointed to his hand.
We kind of had a little accident.
But he fought off some panthers. It's
Yes.
pretty cool.
He's quite gifted with that bow of his.
Wonderful.
He holds his bow and like cuddles it as like his precious.
Wonderful. And she like grabs some papers and sets them out, like pointing to you, like, "Please sign here and here, signifying that as his overseer he has provided assistance to the city of Amanodel," and then passes another sheet to you. It's like, "Okay, please sign your name here."
Kay immediately goes and signs your name in the crudest form possible, like large letters, like fist in Sharpie. It just puts your name on the document because that's exactly what he was told the second time round.
And she just rolls her eyes, and I'm assuming you've signed yours as well.
Yeah, mine's much more eloquent.
Nice.
She takes
Cursive script.
takes the both papers and passes them off to the. She gets up and toadies away, and it's like, "Well, now that we have both signatures, he's free to go." And looking down to you, it's like, "Oh no, you were the one who handed the medallion to her." "As promised, I passed the rubbing of the medallion on to my superiors to look into further. One lead did pop up during our search. An elderly elf claimed to have seen the sigil. I was able to talk with him briefly yesterday, or 2 days ago, I guess it'd be now. While I'd have loved to have been able to set up a chance for you to meet him, yesterday morning he was found murdered in his home.
Lovely.
Yesterday afternoon, an assassination attempt was made on my life as well.
Oh.
which is, and she motions to the guards through there, like, which is what we were just discussing. This problem seems to be much bigger than just a small town being attacked. This group, whatever it is clearly wishing to remain unknown. Searching for it seems to be simply stirring up the hornet's nest. I say this for your own protection. Leave it be, and let the proper authorities handle it. Now, on an unrelated note, I have a package I'd like for you to deliver to my grandfather in Stoneforge. And she passes a package across the table.
Insight check.
Yeah, I would love to considering that is where the city we're going.
Insight check. I don't fucking don't. Nope, not very
I don't
insightful.
insight check this. I'm just like, yep.
Alright, because I dislike her, I'm gonna join on
So you
this
got an
bandwagon.
6 for your
I
insight
got
check?
a
Did you
6.
insight her?
6, yeah.
And hold on.
Is this another 6?
Oh, that'd be real unlucky.
Because we are going to.
But no, that's a 16.
Okay.
Which for K is really insightful.
Yep. You don't think she's being...
She has
blatantly-
ulterior motives.
Yeah, she's ulterior motives. But she's pushed this package across the table. The package itself is wrapped in just plain brown paper and tied with twine. A folded up sheet of paper tucked beneath the bindings of the twine. And she taps on the paper as she continues. There's information on where to go once you arrive. Do be sure to tell him that Inra sent you to deliver it. He'll be much more pleasant to deal with if he knows that it was me who sent you. Do hurry, though. He's never been a patient man. You can look at the directions as you travel. I apologize, this may not have been what you were hoping for, but for now, I must return to the issue immediately at hand. And she turns, walking away, and returning back to the guards who she was talking with before.
Now she walks away. I go, how did they try and kill you?
And she, now that she's back facing the other guards, she does not respond.
I take the box and I shake it.
I put my hand on it, and I'm just gonna let's play along. This feels extremely convenient.
Yeah. And then K picks up the box and shoves it into Zugink's bag. Because he doesn't want to carry it, and Zugink is...
As he tries to shove it in my bag, I kind of just grab it and like put it over my shoulder because I want to take a closer look at it later.
Can you detect
Keep in mind that
magic?
the package
Oh, yes,
is
I
like this.
What's that? Okay,
by
so I'm
this.
keeping it under, so like this.
Yeah,
instead of like
it's not a big package.
that. Yeah, it's not going into my bag though,
I
because I
would-
don't want it to get smashed around.
I would like to follow Anna's suggestion and use detect magic.
Okay. You detect no magic coming from the bag. You
Nothing.
do detect some magic on the guards, that like the ornately guards there.
Yeah.
But from the package itself, there's no magic.
Yeah. This feels extremely convenient.
Well, we should go deliver this package.
Yes.
Yeah,
We
can we
should.
make one quick stop to the Castaway Tavern?
Did you leave something behind?
No, I just want to ask about an elf that's died in the city and how. And if there's no rumors about it, if no one knows nothing, then it's just...
I think it would be better to not go asking that question.
Oh no, I'm gonna go ask it. I'm friends with the Bavarians. Brevsters.
Bavarians.
Those guys.
I'm really bad with the names you give it. I'm so sorry.
It is A-okay. I make up a lot of weird fucking names, so...
Well, I am going to head towards which gate would be the best way.
It'd be the East Gate.
I'm going to head towards the east gate.
Great, I'll see you there in 10 minutes.
I'm gonna book it.
Okay.
That's impressive timing.
Teleport.
She can try and transform into a squirrel.
But
Squirrels still
I think
aren't
your
that fast.
squirrel speed is still the same.
Still
as
30
feet.
Yeah. And a panther.
Faster movement speed.
But
So this panther just sprinting through town. So as you head out, and the Castaway Tavern is not actually very far from the guard outpost either. So you're heading to the Castaway Tavern?
Yep.
So you go into the Castaway Tavern, you see Burkle sitting or standing behind the counter. There's not many people in the tavern at the moment. And you see his wife moseying about, and she's oh, what seems to be the problem? Did you forget something?
Oh, no, I'm actually headed into the mountains.
Where are you heading to?
And then I'm gonna lean in. I'm gonna say, have you heard anyone dying recently within the last 2 days, like an elf specifically? I'm whispering this. But
Yeah. As you're like screaming, ah!
Yeah.
Have you heard about anyone dying?
Yeah.
And she's kind of just like, I don't know. Would she have heard anything at this point?
How's the rumor mill going?
She looks around a little bit and kind of leans in and like, I don't know much of the details, but a couple of the guards were in yesterday and they were talking about how an elf had been found dead. I didn't overhear much of them while they were talking about it, but seems to be that it's a bit odd because he wasn't stabbed, but they're not quite sure what killed him.
All right. Well,
Definitely didn't seem natural though.
didn't seem natural, eh? That was really helpful. Here's a gold, because we just talked about the weather and how nice it's been, right?
It's a beautiful day outside.
Beautiful day. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for letting me stay
But
here.
you said you were heading into the mountains. Where are you heading to?
Stoneforge?
I'm heading to Dognear.
Are you delivering the package, or are you going to the other?
I'm just not telling her where we're going.
Okay.
We're delivering the package, but
Okay.
But
Oh.
giving incorrect information on purpose.
Yeah. That's
Wink,
gonna be quite.
wink,
That's gonna be quite a
nudge,
trek
nudge.
for you.
anything I can expect along the way?
Well, it depends. Are you going through the mountain pass from Stoneforge, or are you going down through the forest?
I think we're passing through Stoneforge.
Well, it's about a 9-day trip out to Stoneforge, and then once you get there, you get into the dwarven tunnels, and it's a lot faster to get over to Dagmir. It'll probably be another 5 or so day trek after that, though. So if you're going to be making it that way, best at least be making sure that you've stocked up on gear before you head to Stoneforge. The mountain pass, it shouldn't be too bad, although it's a bit earlier in the year, so we're still dealing with a whole bunch of the rains in there.
Should we get a climber's kit?
Yeah, maybe. All right, that is actually really helpful.
This is Jamie going, suddenly we should get a climber's kit. Theo has like a struck of inspiration halfway to the gate goes, we should get a climber's kit.
Should get a climber's kit.
We should get a climber's kit.
But yeah, have yourself a great trip through the mountains. Stoneforge is a beautiful place.
I do have some pictures.
They're a little bit rough around the edges, but
So
most of us are.
Well, if I see your family, I'll send your regards.
Yes, I do.
I don't think you'll be finding any of the Brevsters in Stoneforge.
All right, well, that's
But
okay.
maybe once you get to Dagmir, look up the Silken Tavern.
Silken Tavern.
Silken Tavern.
Interesting choice of words for dwarves.
Ah, me uncle runs it.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, my friend. I've got a gate to get to in like 4 minutes. Bye.
and in the meantime, because
As you run out, you see them all walking back towards you.
because we're casually being like, we just realized we're going to the mountains.
Yeah, you're walking, and I suddenly just picture you all like doing the whole like one leg up, spin 180, and take that step and keep going back.
Awkward. And my cell phone is ringing. Hello. Let me turn around.
Oh wait, we're going to the mountains. We should get a climber's kit. We should get a few climber's kits.
That's a
I
great
think
idea.
each of us probably need one, right?
It's
Yeah.
about 9 days to Stoneforge, everybody.
That's some good information, Anna.
I think so too. Dwarves are great.
Yes.
Love them.
Let's go get climber's kits. This'll be fun.
Speed run to the
Yeah.
market.
That whole before you're going out on a mission, you're like gotta go to the store, and you always have that one buddy that like is ready and waiting for everyone else. But then just before you launch out, you're like, "Oh fuck, I forgot something!" You run back to the store.
Yep.
How much is a climber's kit?
Boop.
I'm
And
assuming it's 2 gold, like all the other kits.
channel items, climbers kit.
It is 25 gold pieces.
Holy moly. I've got rope. I'm going to buy a grappling hook.
Yeah, the climber's kit is 25 gold.
Okay, well, I can't afford that.
It's like a grappling hook. Grappling hook is 2 gold pieces.
Can I buy one of those?
Yeah.
Yep.
Do I have to do a perception check to find it?
No,
We're all looking.
You're all kind of like looking around. You're all kind of like gradually finding. With you having been through the market before, you've kind of seen stuff for like traveling and all that kind of stuff. And
I have a
Well,
grappling hook.
I'm just going to assume we're all getting grappling hooks.
And we should probably get some pittance.
I have pittance.
We should get some more pittance.
All right.
and those are 5 copper.
Yeah.
Cool.
Grappling hook. Add.
Oh god, I have to convert money.
Yeah. Grappling hook,
Oh, yeah,
some
D&D
pittance.
Beyond does not convert your money for you, unfortunately. So if you spend 2 silver and you have no silver, it will not deduct it from your gold and give you the change.
Yes, I learned that. I've been slowly figuring out how this works.
One
five.
gold is 10 silver, 1 silver is 10 copper.
Yeah, it has the conversion rates for whatever the one below it is, but I'm
Yeah.
like, son of a bitch, I
So
only
one
have
gold.
gold.
So 1 gold is 100 copper.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. My suggestion would be probably like give yourself so you have 100 silver, 100 copper, and then whatever else you have in gold. And that way you can always just deduct it as you go.
I think I'm gonna get 20 of these pittance.
Yeah,
And a
'cause
grappling hook.
One pittance is 5 copper.
Or you can just get 10.
I'm going to get...
And then
10 sounds like the correct number,
and a
Which
grappling
is
hook.
5 silver.
Okay, I will do that too.
which is perfect.
So everyone's grabbing grappling hooks, grabbing
Yep.
pittance, and are... and does everyone have what they need for venturing then?
I think so.
Can I get a rain? No raincoat. I'm fine. Blah, nothing. I do pass on that it's the rainy seasons in the mountains.
Oh, good.
So
I'm
enjoy.
glad we're gonna have an awesome time on our mountain trip.
Yeah, and our ex-nay on the fell-nay. I don't know.
Yeah,
Big
we'll
Latin.
talk about that a little later.
Okay.
Alright, cool.
Alrighty. So we're all set to venture forward?
Yeah.
Yes.
Alrighty. So, venturing out from Amonodel, and actually, you were saying you wanted to take a look at that book as well, or the package.
Wait till we exit the city.
Okay. So venturing out of Amonodel, you see off in the distance, you can see the edge of the eastern side of the Antrak Woods, and a very well-traveled road lays ahead. The sky above is dotted with the occasional white cloud drifting slowly along. But right now it's fairly calm, and you can feel the warmth of the sun radiating overhead. After a bit under an hour of traveling, you're reaching the forest edge. It's fairly dense. You get those sweet scents of like oak and maple kind of filling your nostrils as you press forward. As you're going along, you see like a wagon up ahead traveling towards you. A couple horses pulling along this uncovered wagon. As it gets closer, you can see riding up on the wagon, reins in hand, is a male that you recognize. It was Jarvel, I believe it was his name.
Oh, hey! Mr.
Yeah,
Guy who
Jarvel.
almost died from a bear
bear
attack.
guy. No, I like him. Never mind.
It
It was the asshole that ran.
Yep.
no, it wasn't the asshole that ran.
Nope.
But as he's like, "Aye, little one," and kind of waves to you as he's approaching, and kind of like pulls on the reins, slowing the horses to a stop. And how's you been?
Well, things got real after we separated. And
that sounds dreadful.
it was bad. That smoke that we saw, bad. Anyways, let's not dwell on that.
Additionally, you look good after being mauled by a bear.
Yeah.
I feel decent.
Did you ever,
Considering it's been 2 weeks.
yeah. Did you ever catch up with that man who took off with your last wagon?
Yes. And he turns around and grabs a small crate and pulls it up, and kind of leans down, passing this crate down to you guys. And inside the crate is several bottles of mead.
Thank you.
It was the mead that you had not ended up selling while you were in Ithmir. It was the remains of your stock, essentially.
Yes. Okay. How much is this gonna weigh?
That is a good question. Let me check.
Is Zugink carrying this?
No.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. I think at most, because I want to befriend dwarves, I'm gonna take some of this mead with me because I feel like that's a good hey, let's be chums.
We can help you. I'll help you carry it. I don't drink, so we can help you carry the mead.
It's probably not a good idea to give Kay any.
Yeah.
No, Kay does not get the mead.
I'm just saying, if you're trying to make it a point to not have the child drink, he's going to
Kay does not
try.
get the mead.
That was not a point I was making.
Yes, but the
Dad disagrees.
dad
Uh,
is saying no.
So there's 6 bottles that you get passed,
Yeah, we'll take
and
that.
each bottle is weighing about 3 pounds.
Oh. It's 18 pounds?
Yeah.
How do I add that?
Custom items.
Yeah.
Probably.
Custom item. Add custom item.
How much are you
You'll
carrying?
have to go in and edit it.
Weight is, we're just gonna put,
Edit above it.
oh yeah, edit above it. We're gonna put 18 pounds for the weight and see if I'm over encumbered. I'm over my carrying capacity.
Pass 2 bottles to me.
Cool. How much do they weigh? 3.
3. Okay.
What did I add? Where's that special item?
Or just throw them all at the big bugbear.
You want to carry them?
I can.
Cool, you have to add 18 to your carrying capacity.
Cool.
Bundle of mead.
Yeah, bundle of mead.
Bundle of mead. Yeah, so you now procured some of your mead.
Okay. Wow, didn't expect you to come through with that. Thank you very much, my friend.
Yeah, ran into him, and he was he was very apologetic for taking off. He's a wee bit scared shitless.
Guess I can't blame him, sort of. I don't know.
We
Anyways.
were almost killed by a bear.
Still not the fellow I'm traveling with no more.
Fair enough.
If you can't rely on him, then I don't want him.
That's a smart life choice. Where are you heading?
Oh, I'm heading back to Amadodel.
Where were you coming from?
Oh, I'd gone up into the mountains for a little bit. And he kind of motions to his cart, and there's some like wolf pelts and stuff like that in there. And he's like, yeah, there's some hunters up in there that I'd been doing some business with, getting some wolf pelts, and bought those from them. And now I'm going to get them tanned and see what I can make off of them.
How's the road?
Wet. Once you get up into the mountains, then it seems to be a bit rainier, but down here in the forest, it's not too bad.
I pull up my hood even higher in anticipation.
Actually, I'm gonna take one of those bottles of mead back from you. I know, I'm sorry. It's a huge pain. And I'm gonna ask it if he can deliver it to Gregor's brother's place. Like, give him the information.
The tavern?
Not the tavern.
Oh, the...
Gregor is...
Where
Yeah.
your fam is.
Yeah.
Got it.
My bro-in-law, sort of. Not really.
Yeah. My brother from another mother.
Yeah.
Your bro-in-law twice removed.
That's the one.
So you pass him the bottle of mead, and he's like, you know, for saving my life, I can do that.
Thanks, my friend. I can always count on you, Jarvel.
And he smiles and nods, and well, best be going. And kind of clacks the reins, and the horses kind of shimmy as they start off again, and the wagon passes along.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Yep.
Let's do
Well,
this.
Off to rainy mountains.
So over the course of the day, you're passed by several other travelers, some on foot, some on horse, and others still like conglomerate companions and wagons and all that kind of stuff moving along. For the most part, they just kind of move off to the side and give you pace as you're passing along, and some of them are looking at you a little bit odd. Seeing a bugbear just strolling about is not a very common sight, so some of them are just like, watching as
Less
they pass
common
by.
than the Verdan.
Well, they look at something like the Verdan's like halfling dwarf, like that kind of.
that's fair.
But Bugbear is like that
Boom.
big, intimidating creature, which is in most cases more of a threat and not just a casual passerby.
That is fair.
As the evening starts to roll in, the sun's slowly sinking beyond the towering Atrak Mountains. You pass a sign that says Umbro's Lodge, 3 miles.
What time of day?
You'd make it to the lodge in not too long. If you opted to sleep there, it is getting into the evening, so you either boogie there and sleep there for the night, or camp.
I say if there's a lodge, we should camp at a lodge.
I agree. Be there and camp outside.
Yeah.
Save some money.
Save some money. Yeah.
So as you're nearing the lodge, the density of the forest is greatly lessened, and you come into a large clearing. Looking up, you find yourself standing fairly close to the base of the Antrak Mountains. Probably another half an hour walk would get you to where the road starts leading up into the mountains. But up ahead, there's a large log cabin, usually about 2 stories high, with just one slanted roof. What are people doing?
You may as well
Go inside.
go go inside,
warm,
go to the
dry.
lodge. Get warm and dry. Yeah, because we don't know how many stops there are along this road, so...
Something we can ask.
Yep.
See how much room is.
Yep.
Alrighty. So as you walk into the tavern, I'd like everyone to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, no!
That's
Oh,
not
you
good.
know it.
I don't like wisdoms!
No.
I'm
that's
not
it.
doing so
That's-
good tonight.
I rolled a d8. Already doing really well.
Oh, boy.
The D8 will not do you well for a wisdom
16.
saving throw.
22.
5.
Jeez.
I get
18.
advantage on those.
Oh.
Sorry, Katie, what was yours?
16.
16? And you had 22?
22.
Okay, so as you walk into the lodge and you're looking around, like the entry hallway is fairly nice. Benches with velvet cushions sit to either side. A crystal chandelier hangs overhead, flickering lights atop, or just little candles. Up ahead of you is a large counter, and a large bowl placed on top of it. To the left of the counter, there's a stairwell leading up, and to the right, a stairwell leading down. And off to your far right and far left, there are hallways that kind of bend and then go down. You can see like doors that have numbered on them, right at the end of the halls as well.
Is this the Haunting of Hill House?
No.
Okay. I had to ask.
The 3 of you feel a twinge in the back of your head. Your vision goes blurry for just a moment, and then you hear a voice. You, having gone higher than 22, hear nothing. Welcome to Umbro's Lodge. Rooms for the night, 2 gold per person. I see 3 people. Please state the number of rooms you require, and place the money in the bowl.
That's super creepy, but okay.
Sorry, I hear nothing.
You hear nothing. You don't hear... It's speaking directly into the mind, but your mind is just, closed off all of it.
I mean, that means also he doesn't know you exist.
Oh, okay.
So do with that what you will. Kay walks up, tosses 2 gold into the bowl, and is like, where can I find my room?
As you've tossed the gold into the bowl, a small key conjures up beside the bowl, and on the key you see the number 12.
Is it gold per room or gold per person?
Per person.
Per person.
2 gold per person.
I guess I will
Yeah,
drop.
Zugink hears this, goes, magic? Nope. Turns around. Setting up a tent outside somewhere.
Cool. I'm going to room 12.
That's weird. So I'm gonna notice that Zugink hightailed it out, and that Kay put 2 gold into a bowl and saw a key. So I'm gonna put 2 gold into this bowl.
As you put the 2 gold into the bowl, you feel that twinge in the back of your head. Ah, I did not notice you. Sorry about that. 2 gold per person. State the number of rooms you require.
1.
As you wish. And then a key conjures up beside the bowl.
How are you doing that? Are you a mind flayer?
No.
That's creepy.
Oh. I'll take my key.
Yep. Your key has the number 13 written on it.
Yay.
Oh, well, you're dead.
I'll drop 2 gold in the bowl.
And one more key conjures up.
All right.
Yours says 14.
Awesome. Excellent.
I clearly have the best friend.
What a wonderful day this is turning out to be.
And so as you've placed your money in the bowls and those keys have conjured into existence, and you leave the building.
Yep.
You just, the 3 of you now hear in your voice, "Thank you for your patronage. The rooms are upstairs on the left. Place your keys in the bowl in the morning when you leave, and enjoy your stay." And as those words travel through your mind, you feel another twinge as your vision goes blurry for just that moment, and then whatever presence had been speaking to you just vanishes.
Not sure if this is a hotel for introverts or if owned by an introvert. And then I go upstairs to my room.
I'm gonna head outside and go, Zugink, are you okay?
I'm good. I want to stay out here.
Is there like an off corral type thing that's like roofed and stuff that would be handy for Zugink to?
Not really.
I did just buy a tent.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I just. Yeah, okay, if you're fine staying out there, I guess.
Do our rooms have balconies?
No.
Just kind of nervous. Oh, you know what? Holler if you need anything. I'll come running.
There is a window looking out, but there's no like balcony for you to step out onto.
Cool. I'm gonna open my window to allow for breeze and also allow for sound to carry, and then I'm going to crash for the night.
Okay.
I'm in room 13.
Yep.
And I will.
Yes.
And I will try and see if I can see you from in my room. If I can, I'll get your attention so you know where I'm staying.
I've probably started setting up a tent at this point.
Yeah, that's fair.
Which side of the building would you have tried to say?
I just walked, or like, where's the clearing in respect to the building?
The building is kind of like central in the clearing.
Okay, and like
the
if
road
we exit,
passes,
like, is the road past?
Yeah,
like,
the
when we pass?
road passes in front of the building. The front of the building is facing the.
I cross the street and just kind of like start setting up my tent, like in the first green area.
Okay, so you would not be able to see Zugink.
All right. Well, I still tell her that because I don't know that yet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab some food.
Okay.
How much? I guess that I'm guessing that would cost me something, or
Yep.
yeah.
Well, I suppose. How are you expecting to get food? Would be a better question.
Is there like is it just a lodge?
Yeah.
Is there a
Okay.
dining hall?
I was gonna say there's no dining hall or anything.
There is not.
Okay, well, if that's the case, then I guess I'm just gonna go to. I'm gonna walk out. I'm gonna come check on you.
Setting up my tent.
Are you, you sure you don't want to come inside?
Yes.
Are you going to? I suppose you will be okay out here. You're quite strong, resilient. Do you have everything you need?
I like look at my bag, see there's still rations in there, and I'm like, yep.
Okay then. Well, if it gets too cold,
You know where to find us.
just come inside.
I'm covered in fur.
If it gets too cold, just come inside.
Oh,
If there are bears,
Zugink
just come
dog
inside.
smell.
If there are bears, just come inside. Just I'm sure it's a very scary magic lodge, but I'm sure it's not worth losing your life over.
We'll see.
Just a thought, and then I go back inside.
Alrighty. So you're going to sleep as well?
When I go in, I'm going to stop off at the bowl that we put the gold in. I'm going to shake and go, Tavern person, are you there?
And because you're actively trying to get their attention, you feel that twinge in your head's like, yes.
How safe are we spending the night? I'm not trying to assume anything, but if someone came here, say, wanting to murder us, can they just trounce into our rooms and murder us?
If you gave them the
key.
Excellent. That's a great answer. Thank you. Have a good night. And I'll...
You as well. Go.
I just imagine this, whoever it is, just like, what?
Also, as you were shaking the bowl, you did not hear any coins in it.
How about that?
Magic.
I have so many questions.
I go to feeling content that no one's going to slit my throat in the night.
Okay.
Probably.
Anna, you were just going to bed as well?
Yeah, I'm gonna, well, bed is in, I'm just gonna
Meditate.
but sit there. I'm gonna detect magic real quickly. Probably detect it all over the place, don't I?
As you cast Detect Magic, you're not actually sensing any magic.
So many questions. I guess I will go into trance.
Psionics is not detectable by
Same thing. I will also open up my window in case I hear any yells of combat.
Okay.
So, and then I will go into a trance for 4 hours.
Right, I set up my tent, and it says it's a basic tent, so I assume there's like entrances on both sides.
Yeah.
Okay, so I set up my tent, and then I set up my one of my traps on one side, and one of my traps on the other side, and then just like set out my bedroll in the middle.
Okay.
Animals can go through like the sides of a tent, though.
But I set up the traps at the entrances.
Yes, but if they go through this, if you have a bear, this is going to go through the side of your tent.
Okay, I'm not really worried about a bear.
If a dragon swoops off from the top of his head...
I am more prepared for someone showing up. I haven't gone through every possible
I
scenario.
don't think assassins would use doors either.
What?
Well, that's a future Zugink problem.
Future Zugink problem.
I have prepared as much as I can.
Yeah.
I also like go to bed like with my hand on my glaive. Just
Cuddling your glaive, ready to be like...
I can't sleep in my armor, but I can sleep with my hand on my glaive.
Alrighty. So, as you've set your traps, you're like, good enough. You lay back and you go to sleep. Partway through the night, you are awoken to the sound, or not the sound, but the feeling of something like brushing up against you on the inside of your tent.
Okay, I look around.
Roll me a perception check. Do bugs have dark vision?
Yes.
Okay.
4.
4. You don't see what it is.
That disturbs me more.
Just like where you're like you're just like quickly looking around, like you're not seeing anything immediately. What do you want to do?
I stand up and I have my glaive in hand and I want to try to figure out
Your
what's
tent
going
is not tall enough for you to stand.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. The tent's going up.
There goes Zugink's tent.
Roll me a strength check.
Oh, don't rip your fabric.
That's a 6.
You stand up at the start and you just hit your head on the bar that goes across the top of your tent. And you're just like, right. And looking down at this point, you can see a small raccoon. Trying to squirm its way through your tent.
Nice.
I attack the raccoon.
Oh no, that poor little
With your glaive or with
Yes.
your foot?
With the glaive.
Oh no, inside the tent.
Yep,
There
is
goes
inside
that
the
tent.
roll me an attack. Also, roll me a percentile.
Oh no.
Okay, so the attack did not hit.
Okay. Maybe let's. No, he is friend.
Percentile is 49.
That's
49.
Oh.
That's
You want
considerably
high.
average.
And you take your glaive and just like kind of swing, and you're in a tent. Like there's enough room for 2 people to lay side by side in this tent, but there is not enough room for you to swing a big ass glaive.
No.
And as you like try and swing, it kind of just gets snagged on the rope, which is why you fail on actually hitting the raccoon. But
Poor
as you're
raccoon.
like trying to force it through, you do end up cutting the one rope on your tent, so now your tent does not stand upright.
I have spare rope. That can be fixed. I pull out my hand axe.
By this
if the raccoon's not already gone.
This is like
by this point, the
Mousetrap.
raccoon has just like booked it out of there.
Did it get past the trap?
Yes.
It got past the trap the second time too. Dang. Okay, so like have my axe out and I'm like, check my rations.
Your rations are fine.
Okay.
You've not lost a ration.
So I pull out. I have 50 feet of rope that wasn't part of the tent.
Yeah.
Can I fix that part of the tent with my spare rope? And if so, how much do I have to replace?
Probably cut off about 6 feet of rope.
Okay, so now I have 44 feet of rope.
And
a
your tent is
functional
now
tent.
Yeah, now your tent is functional again.
Yeah.
Okay, I kind of I step outside the tent, look around.
You're not seeing... You don't see the raccoon anywhere.
Anything else moving?
Yeah, that raccoon was just coming in for a meal, and all of a sudden, angry bugbear gets out.
Roll me a perception check.
That is a 14.
You're not noticing anything else moving around outside.
Sounds good. Back in tent, going back to sleep. It was just a raccoon.
Okay. So you curl back into your tent and you doze off the rest of the night, and the rest of the night goes by without any more incidences. And so as the sun rises in the morning, you can feel a bit of the warmth kind of soaking in through your windows, and your tent is warming up a little bit as the sun is starting to rise. And
Yeah, I'll start getting up, and I'll first thing I'll do is unset my traps.
okay.
And then start packing up my tent.
And I'm assuming everyone else is getting up as well.
Yep.
Probably.
Yep.
Alrighty, and that's what we're going to call today's session. As you're waking up, you have not had your throat slit.
Yay. That was rather pleasant
So far.
so far.
And so that we're gonna call it there tonight. We will be back again in 2 weeks, where they're going to make their venture through the Antrak Mountains.
Yay! We're going on a mountain trip,
Probably being hunted.
but I'm not afraid.
Okay.
But I'm not. Bye, guys.